that.
Okay.
So, I think we've gotten started. So welcome everybody to Avatar: The Great War. Welcome back. And first off, what I'd like everybody to do real quick is take a look. Third tab in Roll20 from the top. You should all see a player.
It's the second tab, Izzy.
Oh, it's your
second tab because we're not GM.
Third tab is music for us.
Yeah, let's have some music. I love this new game.
You want to give your players the ability to drop some sick beats, Izzy.
I don't even have that ability. If everybody looks, you should have a character for you in there, and if you want, grab the character on this blank page, and you should literally be able to drag your character icon onto the screen, and its health bar should be linked to your character sheet. So no matter what map you go into, your HP will be persistent.
I do not have a character
Trying to
sheet.
get to my character sheet again.
Full character sheets and everything with with our backgrounds.
I did. I hold on. I'm adding you guys one at a time.
Oh, I found it. I did it.
All right, I now have that much health.
Sean, there you are.
My health is not persistent.
It is not?
Show my health.
Nope, I have all blank circles.
Oh.
Izzy, remember that you have to go in and edit things for your character?
Yep. Can you guys...
each character to assign them to the right value in the sheet.
Yep. Why is two of these characters... Does this one have it?
We're all tiny.
Yeah, can you guys stretch your characters at all, or are you stuck at that size?
Nick is huge.
That also has to be a thing you do, Izzy.
Okay, well...
I'm big now. Yay.
Oh god, why is someone Naruto's kid?
Oh no!
Who is Naruto's kid?
Wait, these are the wrong images. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, that's my thing!
Who invited Boruto, and now we have to bully them?
That's
It's
not
not even
Boruto, you
Boruto.
bitch.
It's Mini Hinata at the end.
You know, I feel like that's slightly better than having the name Boruto.
Yeah.
What about you guys? I'm already having a good time.
Good, I'm glad.
I'm gonna have a very good time once we finally have to.
I still don't see a character
Now I
sheet.
can't move it.
Hold
Now I
your-
can't move it.
Whoop, bye, characters.
I dragged you guys to the bottom in the black.
Oh,
I'm
well,
Himawari. Suck it.
okay, you're Himawari. Alright.
Except my name's gonna be Nara in this game, just to confuse people.
Your name is Nara.
Also, Chibok Blocker confirmed.
We're very organized, dear listeners, we swear.
Yeah.
Sure, think what you want
We
about
know what we are doing. We're professionals.
We know what we
I'll
did.
say, like,
Actually,
Let's
when
be
I was
real.
picking that character, I did not actually think about that, Dan. But sure, think what you want about me.
Most of the people watching this bullshit are gonna have watched at least a little bit of like Pokemon or Kingdom Hearts. Something they'll know what we're about and that we're complete.
Also, we're a tabletop party. We are the most competent at all times. This
Yeah.
is always
I'd
true.
stick with what I said in the general channel before game.
Well, wait, what did you say? Ah, yes.
Why don't you...
Pokemon dysfunction indeed.
Okay, hold on a second. Does everybody see a icon for yourself at this point?
I'm so
You dragged us
small.
into the dark, Izzy.
I did. Who is this? Damn it, Dan!
Ah!
I don't know what that's from. What is that from? Is that Castlevania?
No, I don't know what it's from.
Hold on a minute. I'm trying to frickin' pair you guys up correctly. This is why I need a session 0 for this fucking game. All right,
I'm so tiny.
Wait, who has
stop dragging your crap on there. I need to resync these images.
I can't click myself.
Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
like who is Captain Pompadour? That is my question.
Is that a JoJo?
Hold on a second. Stop.
The guy on the right?
It's supposed to be a hat.
That is a
The
hat.
hat?
So it's
That
a
looks
JoJo.
like a Pompadour.
Yeah, the image compression does that.
I think that's
This
a
is
JoJo.
why you cropped the
It's a-
thing
I mean,
before
it's
you
clear- I
sent
mean-
it.
If there's a chance that you can mistake a Pompadour for a hat, it's a JoJo.
You know, you're not wrong.
All right, hold on a second. That's
Make this entire game a motherfucking JoJo's reference.
It is a
I
JoJo
know.
reference.
JoJo RPG at some point. Yay, nay.
Oh god.
That would be the greatest.
I believe you have to run that with one of Jenna Moran's games. It's the only way anything would make sense.
Oh,
I
Any of
think
us
you would
dem-
just throw rules out the window and say things till it works.
Like, are any of us demented enough to run a JoJo plot, though?
Absolutely
I don't even know
not.
what that is.
I mean, if you get me sufficiently drunk, I'd try it.
Oh, Kenzie, do you not know about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Also, posing is going to be very difficult in a tabletop RPG.
That's true.
I
This is
disagree.
why you do it with VTuber rigs of your character.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Everybody's got this. All right. Does everybody have a health bar at this point that everyone can see?
Nope, I
Two
can
of
see
them
Yara's
don't.
health bar, and I can see Himawari's health bar, and now I can see the Firebender's
You're
health
just gonna
bar.
call me Himawari the whole time? Maybe I should change my name, Izzy, and just be
No.
I can see my health
Hey,
bar.
hey,
Well, until I get your character introduction, I don't have anything else to call your character.
I am not a firebender, thank you very much.
I also can only see my name and Yara's name.
I can only see my name and Yara's name as well.
I also can only see my name and Yara's
Yep.
name.
Yep, I can see only my name.
Ah, got it. Hold on.
The health bar I cannot see is
Ooh,
Mr.
I see a third
Pompadour.
person.
I cannot
I
see.
cannot see the animals,
Four.
Pompadour.
I also cannot see the animals. Pompadour.
Sorry.
I need health bar.
Why is the animal have a pompadour?
No, the animal has a no, it's canon. The animal has a pompadour now. It is decided.
Because we need disguises for stealth. Izzy.
Why don't we
Come on.
all just get pompadours?
That can all of you like come together as a group through to your luck. Because all right, does everybody see names and health bars?
No, I cannot
No.
see Rizek's health bar.
Rizik.
I do not see Ming Ju's.
I cannot see Minchu's health bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's because I put that in instead of Izzy, so it might only be showing for me.
It should just, it's probably just permissions,
Rizik.
which Izzy's in charge of.
I am, and I'm working. I'm going as fast as my little fingers can go.
Izzy the
I've been
monster.
running a game and not Roll20, and as clunky as Roll20 is, I yearn for its simplicity.
Yeah.
It actually is quite nice. I mean, are you running it online or in person?
Online,
I'm
I'm
the most
using
normal
a
looking goddamn character.
I'm using a program a friend of mine kind of vouched for
There it is.
let me use called Foundry, which is really
Oh, yeah,
super
I've heard
technical and computery, and I am just not computer savvy enough to use it, and it makes me sad. But I'm sunk cost fallacy into it now, so I'm like, nope, we're gonna finish the campaign in this.
Okay. Is there anybody who's missing anybody else's stuff at this point?
No. Wow, we all have pretty decent health.
Yeah.
Not Rizak. Rizak does not have decent health.
He's not that far off like the rest of the party.
Okay. So, whew, that was fun. Everybody take a look at your character sheets. If you double-click on them, you can open them up, and you'll notice that there are a couple of options for rolling in there. If you guys open up your sheets, you'll see your bio and info. I copied what you guys gave me. The second tab there is character sheets. If you click on that, you can fill out whatever you want, but the important thing is if you go to abilities, it literally lists all your abilities, and if you ever click the print icon next to what the ability is, it will pop up and display everything that it does. Also at the top, if you click the checkbox next to a power, a quality, and a status, and then click the roll action dice option at the top, it'll roll your 3 dice. Does it?
Say that?
Okay, so Kenzie, did you open?
Oh, I see it. No, I see the roll action dice now. Okay.
Okay, so, and you'll all notice you each have an untrained power and untrained quality at a D4, just cuz.
Where's the button? Oh, there it is.
It's at top center.
Oh, cool. That was neat. That was a shit roll.
Yeah, so right there, if I'm like, okay, make me this check, or if you're saying you're going to do an overcome, I can literally say, click the print on your principle of whatever, and the text of it will pop up. Like, somebody do that. Somebody click one of their principles. I don't care who. And take a look. It tells me right there. It's an action type, and there's the overcome. So
where'd you click to do that?
Yeah, there's a little printer icon next to the name of each of your abilities. If you scroll down on the abilities thing. And it's the same every ability, which is why I had the square text for everybody's ability type. So then when you go to roll the dice, just make sure you have that associated with it. Cool, right?
You're going to have to tell us this again. You know that.
I'm aware, but like I want everybody to like at least get familiar with it now. If you guys change your health on this screen, your abilities, it should also change your health bar on your token. You guys can go ahead and do that. Somebody just like give it a try, or you can
I'm giving
change.
it a try right now.
Or you can give the change on the token.
It is not synced.
It works.
It worked.
Did not work for me.
Where did you do that?
You can either do it on your token or in your HP pool where it says current HP. Oh, you're not synced up. That's why, Nick. Let me.
And whose fault is
where
that?
I see. It's in current. Okay, that makes sense.
Whose fault is that, Izzy?
Yours.
Okay,
Yours.
that works.
Why the hell isn't? Oh, it's because it's done. It's here.
Fuck. How do I get out of this? Great.
Okay, try now, Nick. You should be good. Okay. Everybody good thus far with your character sheets? Yes, we will go over this. This will take a little bit of getting used to. But all the information you guys have access to on your Google Drives, I've tried to duplicate on Roll20. So if for some reason Roll20 crashes, you will always have copies of your stuff on the drive. But for the most part, we'll just use the app. That way it's all centralized and easy to use.
All right.
Speaking of which, something I would like to give all of you now.
Wait, is that the one?
Has everybody seen the expectations? I just clicked show to players. Did it pop up for all of you?
Yep.
Yes.
I could lie and say I have.
Izzy, I also noticed you did not update my abilities. I'm going to update those in Roll20.
I did. I would have swore I did.
You did not. You updated the names, not the text of what they do.
Did you change what they did again?
No, this is as of last time you looked at my sheet.
Okay, whatever. Please fix that. Can everybody see expectations?
Yep.
Awesome. Another thing I'm giving you guys access to, and this one you actually have edit privileges on, is party notes. So if anybody wants to take notes or make a leave a comment about something that's going on for everybody to see, yes, you are in fact all doomed. The last thing I want to show you guys on here, which, let's see, did I give you all access to this? No, I did not. Like I said, session 0, this is just going to be, everybody getting reused to this. If you all take a look, I have also added a combat tracker document. So this is mostly...
Oh, yeah, we can have it.
Yeah, you should all be able to edit this. This is mostly going to be used for if you guys are going to be doing boosts and hinders on enemies or each other. Type in what the description of the booster hinder is, the target, how big the booster hinder is, and who created it. So if you created it, just put your own name, obviously. And as we go through things, this will be cleared out and deleted. So if you're applying a boost or a hinder to someone, it's your job to just add it to this combat tracker. Okay? Is anybody confused? Does everybody see the combat tracker folder?
Seems legit.
Okay,
You
so
can see it.
my daughter has decided she's going to join us.
Hello.
Oh.
Team mascot.
You're a mascot already, girl, and you're not even 3 months old yet.
Yay! So a couple of quick things that have changed since Pokemon time. Yeah, sure. Moon shoes. Target Dan +2. Yeah. And if it's persistent or exclusive, you guys can throw a P or an E in the value icon.
I think just put that in description, too.
Or description, yeah, whatever. So,
Wait, do you want to put our stuff in here now?
no. This is going to be This is going to be a constantly updating sheet during combat. So we're using the honor system on this. So if you're somebody who applies boosts and hinders, this is going to be your best friend.
Okay.
Homework.
Yeah. So unlike Pokemon, there's no type advantages in this system, obviously. So you guys are going to mostly be using your mid dies. Obviously, we're going to be using honor system for this combat tracker, and the same rules that applied in Pokemon apply to this. If a boost and hinder is applied to a roll, it's canceling out in the same way. But if, let's say, I don't know, Kenzie, you decide to tie Nick's shoes together to give him a hinder. If Nick doesn't step forward and does an action while standing still, that hinder does not apply to Nick. It only applies as soon as he would take a step forward.
What if he doesn't know about it?
I think it's still wrong. Like, if my action is shouting at an ally to go do something, it probably doesn't apply. If my action's anything involving fighting, it would.
Yeah, exactly. Hinders are the first thing that is applicable if, you're freezing somebody and they're, in place, just like making them a statue up to their neck, but they're shouting or they've got laser vision. The hinder doesn't apply. And boosts do not need to be applied on the next action. You guys can decide when you want to use a boost. So, you kind of have it in your back pocket. So if Sean gives you a gizmo, you can choose when to activate the gizmo.
I assume that they have to be used by the end of the scene, though.
Yes, they have to be used by the end of the scene, obviously.
Hey, Izzy, for the combat tracker,
yes.
Is there any way for us to tell when we have done, drag icons to say when you have done a thing or not?
I was assuming that it would still be on the map like it was in the Pokemon game.
It is. I just have the X at the bottom just so we can kind of keep track. I'm actually going to move you guys to the world map now, where you guys should see something relatively familiar.
You're not going to hang out on Aang's face for all of time?
No. So welcome.
Safest place to be.
Welcome to the world map. You guys should all be able to move your character icons, I believe. I will double check that.
Nope.
Yep.
None of which show our names or HP again.
Yep.
Well, these aren't your.
Smart.
These are specifically for the combat tracker. These are not your HP things. You guys will have to... I don't have access to drag the stuff from your character sheets anymore. You guys have to drag your own in every time.
I can't drag
That's
it.
false. As GM, you should always be able to drag us over.
Yep.
So in testing with Izzy, the problem is whether or not the player has dragged the icon somewhere already.
Yeah.
And it
I
can't
cannot
be
move my
twice.
icon.
Hold on. I'm getting to you guys. It was because you guys literally just joined.
I mean, yeah, I can drag my icon into this map without problems.
This is Dan.
I can also only see half the names here.
Are you kidding? Crap.
I think half of them don't have names yet. I can't see my name, but I also can't move my icon.
I can't see Nara or Rizek. I can see the others. There we go. I can see Rizek.
It's because of the global permissions. Okay. You all should be able to move your icons at the bottom. I will still use the map icon. And can everybody just try dragging your character icon in the middle of the Earth Kingdom?
Mr. Fancy Hair still has no name.
Mr. Fancy Hair? Guys, not these icons. Your character sheet icons. These are your map These are your things.
Yes, this one does not actually have a name, Izzy.
Which one?
The one that we were all pinging.
I have dragged my character sheet icon onto the map to the middle of the Earth Kingdom. It is tiny.
Small.
I don't see where I can do that.
Still large.
The second tab.
Okay.
Inside player characters, you should see your character sheet. Just grab your character sheet and drag it on.
You click on the name and drag.
Yeah, click on your name and drag it over.
Oh, click on my name.
Yes.
Yeah, you click on the name and then drag to left.
Where the hell is my name?
It should be Nara.
Where? I don't see it.
If you screen share, I can let you know. That way
Screen share me because I've got two.
Okay, how do I screen share just you?
Just screen share and nobody else look.
You can't, but we can go on honor system. Nobody look at Kenzie's screen.
Yeah, screen.
And the character icon changes were not persistent between maps for whatever reason.
No, they're not. Because I believe he has to resync the icon definition with the edits, but I don't think it matters that much.
Kenzie, close that.
What?
Close your sheet. Not the stream, your character sheet.
What? I did.
Okay, share your screen again. Okay. Okay, so Kenzie, in the tab underneath where it says player characters on the right, grab your character name and just drag it onto the map. Click on your character name. There you go. And just drop it. There you are.
Why are we all different sizes?
Because the icon was made with different definitions.
Yeah.
And Izzy has to actually full update it to save it.
How do I do freaking full updates? This is something
you update the icon and then redrag it into the character sheet definition. The answer is Izzy. I'm not sure it's.
Oh yeah, no. If you go back to the first one, you have to. If you go back to the first one, the first map we're on, not the world map. Click the icon. Click on the associated character sheets. Hit edit on the character sheet, and then pick the icon associated with it to update that.
Yeah, because that will actually update the edit permissions inside the object that is in the character sheet.
Wait, so now I can't have my character sheet open at the same time?
No, you can.
No,
you can't.
It's not letting me open it.
What?
Refresh
Are you
the
still
tab.
sharing?
Yeah, I ran into that glitch a second ago and just reloaded Roll20.
Okay, that sounds like a Roll20 is not the most well-programmed site problem.
Okay.
So this sounds like I'm not the one having horrendously bad Roll20 issues for once.
Well, you got a new computer this go around.
No, I haven't.
You got to take that from me.
Okay.
I do. I have not gotten a new
We wanted to believe in you, puppets.
Yeah, we really wanted to. Also, the last thing I'm going to share with you guys is you guys have a world map public doc, and all the numbers tell you what each location is.
Are we going up sequentially?
Oh god.
So
That's so many numbers.
The numbers are actually the blue numbers are the things Aang visited in Book 1, Water. The green numbers are Book 2, Earth. The red numbers are Book 3, Fire. The white numbers are things that were referenced. And we're going to ignore the square that is 60s because that's Republic City and that doesn't exist yet.
It is a random bit of land that no one cares about.
It's a peninsula. Yeah, no one cares about it right now.
61?
The box...
Oh, no, I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it.
Okay. So, let's see. Things to discuss real quick. First off, did everybody like the general overall tone of Pokemon? I know I took it darker than what Pokemon should be. Do you guys want me to sustain that with Avatar where I don't go any darker than the premise of the show?
I would prefer to not have the giant darkness jump that was the last two sessions, but the overall level of darkness was fine.
I like this.
Yep.
Okay.
The only thing I would say, and especially considering some things in my background, is I think the seriousness of Avatar is fine. Just I think I want on-screen death to be an allowed thing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, following up on that, are you saying for your own PCs or for enemies?
Enemies, or just
both.
Just NPCs in general. A thing with Avatar is as serious as it gets, it's still a kid's show.
Yes.
So they never pull a trigger and have an on-screen death.
Mm-hmm.
Even really an implied on-screen death. I think the closest we've come to is Sparky Boom Man exploding himself.
Oh no, sir. I was gonna say I will not make this any darker than the Avatar series itself, which means mass genocide, abandonment issues, internment camps with slave labor, going insane, and killing off the main character in a pseudo horrific thing, and permanently scarring another character.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like I said, I have no problems with the darkness. I had problems. The only thing that was a problem was the sudden jump. and I don't think we have to worry about that this time.
Yeah, I don't think you guys do either. So the one thing I will tell you all is, unlike last time, healing is harder.
Yes.
In this system, and I don't think you guys actually have any dedicated healers. You have people who can heal slightly, but we're going to be going a little bit more by core book, which is at the end of a fight, you need to take a couple of days, and then you will get up to the next level of HP recovery. So if you're in red, you will get to the top of your yellow after a couple of days just from, normal rest and relaxation.
I've never actually read about the HP recovery in the book. Is that what it is?
You do not. You do
between scenes, but what counts as a scene is definitional.
Yeah, I'm counting a scene as a major thing. It's you need to take time to recover. If another ally who has some level of medicine, or you go to see a doctor, you can recover 2 levels. So from red, you can go back to full green. From out, you can get to the top of yellow, but you will not, hit peak green.
Right.
We're not healing between fights normally.
Yeah, there is no Pokemon Center. The other thing, which I want everybody to be aware of, is if you guys do end up going to 0 HP, we have 3 examples of that happening over the course of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not including Korra because that gets weird. But the examples of people hitting 0 HP in Avatar canon are as follows. Zuko's Agni Kai with his father.
Yup.
Jet effectively becoming incapacitated by the Dai Li.
Yup.
Yeah, that checks out.
And Aang versus Azula underneath the Ba Sing Se Palace.
Yeah.
So that being said, if you do hit 0 HP, there will be consequences, and I and whoever the person is that hits 0 HP will have to discuss that. Are you going to have scarring? Is something going to change as far as your sheet? That is a point for growth, either positive or negative, to get back to a point. But it's all character development. And we can discuss that if and when it happens. Another thing, we are going to be using... oh gosh, I just forgot what they were called. Collections. We are going to be using issues and collections in this game. So, after each session, not including this one because this is session 0, you guys will be getting awarded an issue. And after so many issues, you will be awarded a collection. Collections are very powerful. We will go over them in detail after you get your first one, but effectively you can declare a number on a die that you're rolling, and as a reaction, I believe it's as a reaction, I'll double check that later, turn the die into that number. So if you're rolling a d8, you can declare a number between 1 and 8, that's what that die is after you've rolled. You can also negate a twist. You can also say, oh yeah, I remember this happened in a previous thing, which means this has to be happening in this scene. Like, yeah, this guy's the cousin of my nephew, or something like that, and he'll give us, a hand. When you're calling back to a collection, you have to describe what you learned from that series of sessions.
Learn shit?
Yeah. It's how are you calling back to, how is what happened then helping you now? How is it making what you're doing more consistent? How is it informing you? It's all about character development and using that to make yourself more consistent and get the results you want. That's the actual growth of this system. And each collection can be used once per game session.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, unless you have an ability that says otherwise. Also, whenever you guys are awarded a collection, again, first session or 2, I'll be a little bit lenient on this. If you think your character has gone through an arc and you want to swap out abilities, swap out powers, swap out qualities or something to show the growth that your character has, you will be allowed to do so upon getting a new collection. So if there's something you're like, this ability isn't quite working, but I think, my character doesn't want to just be in the front, shooting fire at somebody. I want to be a little bit more controlled. I want to do this instead. You'll be able to do a slight rebuild whenever you gain a collection.
Yeah.
I think that's everything I wanted to talk about.
And are issues just the usual hero points awarded at the end of a session?
Yeah. So hero points at the end of the session. It's going to be going back to what you guys did at the beginning of Pokemon. Hero points based off of who does what. You guys will get X hero points each session, and you can spend them on bonuses or on some other benefit that must be used in the immediate next session. Otherwise, you use them or you lose them. That's it. There's no permanent boosts anymore. So if you...
I thought sidekicks and contacts were still semi-permanent.
I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure the answer is no. They're just available for the next thing. It's like you're asking an NPC to help you on this particular mission because of their skills. And contacts is you're calling in a favor to immediately get a new die roll. But yeah, nothing will, as far as hero points go, nothing will persist over. That said, if you want to keep a sidekick around, as long as their HP stays above 0, you can just spend the same hero points to get them back the following session. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I believe there is also a spot on your character sheets, on your character sheet icon hero tab at the very bottom, where you can award how many hero points you want for each thing, for +1, +2, +3, or +4.
Yep.
And back issues, it says 6 issues per collection. Ignore that. I will at the end of a story arc, it could be a couple of issues, or it could be 10 issues. Unlike Pokemon, I know where this story is ultimately going to be going, but the path you get there is going to be a little bit less rigid, so a little bit more sandboxy. I do not have a 10 session map outline this go around.
10 sessions, 15 sessions, same thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm not giving a number this time. I don't want to disappoint anyone.
Yeah, you definitely disappointed us.
I'm sorry I disappointed you guys by being such a bad DM last time. That said, I am wearing my DM shirt, so I don't
Daughter,
care.
express disappointment at Izzy.
No, daughter, don't do it, please. I feel so.
Shame.
Rhyme.
Shame.
I couldn't get that reference at least. That one's still in the public consciousness.
Because I'm a bad DM, apparently. Here's my response to all of your shames.
Doesn't know how time works.
I don't understand how time works.
Who really knows how time works, though?
Quite the screen cap there.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so with all that being said, are you guys ready to get started?
Never.
As ready as we'll ever be.
Yeah.
I guess so.
In character or out of character, are we ready?
In character and out of character. Yes,
I don't remember
for
that
me.
happening in the show.
What?
What Kenzie posted.
Oh boy.
That's dumb.
The internet has ways of doing things.
I don't disagree with it. I just don't remember that.
That definitely happened.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, that scene did not happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that scene did not happen.
It didn't happen in the show. It happened in the comics, I'm pretty sure.
Sure, but
No, the comics had happened fucking immediately.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, because you're allowed to do that in comics.
Yeah, no one cares anymore about comics.
Yeah.
Aww.
I mean,
parent groups are much less likely to read a comic and bitch about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same relationship Bolin had with Pabu.
Oh, they didn't even air.
I will still say those two definitely had the most chemistry of anything happening in season 1.
Oh, they didn't even air season 4 of Korra on actual TV. They chickened out.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they shouldn't have been afraid.
Yeah.
Fucking cowards.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna get started. So for those of you who are wondering where you are, or why you are, or who you are,
or how we are.
I'm doing pretty good. Today was a good day.
Who am I?
I'm just dragging you all down below. Anyway, water, earth, fire, air. Not so long ago, the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all 4 elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. It has been decades since the Avatar disappeared. Now the other nations are becoming xenophobic as conspiracies about Fire Nation plots and the talk of spirits interfering with the natural world becomes rampant.
I'm just going to say, even though I know who my character is, who they are, I don't think it is paranoia if people are actually out to get you.
Yeah.
That's what you say. But like I said, all that is hearsay, and cooler heads will prevail. This world needs a champion of peace, and in the most unlikely of places, a group of heroes may arise.
That's a word for us.
That is a word.
That is certainly a descriptor that applies to some people.
Everybody, I would like to welcome you all as we focus in on the southwestern corner of the Earth Kingdom on an island off the coast, Whaletail Island. It is a settlement that has a mix of influence from the different nations. Obviously, there is a lot of Earth Kingdom architect there because of its proximity to the Great Kingdom, but it also does a lot of trading with the Southern Water Tribe and the Fire Nation, and you can see their influence in both the types of wares that they sell on the stalls on the streets, as well as some of the, I guess, decorations that are going around each of the buildings. It's a little harbor town where boats are constantly traveling in and out, and unlike most places in the world, it's one of the few locations where any form of currency is accepted, because people often trade with multiple nations. Walking down one of these streets is going to be a tall man, incredibly well dressed. And Dan, why don't you give us a little description of yourself?
All right. Yes. So Han is a basically, as Izzy said, a fairly well dressed man, clearly some sort of businessman. Very well kept in Earth's pretty standard Earth Kingdom business garb. Those with an insightful eye might see that he looks maybe just a bit uncomfortable in the clothes, so they don't quite suit the man. Han himself is yes, quite tall, long dark hair, fairly well kept in a kind of a low loose ponytail. Goatee, and he's in his mid-30s.
Okay. And Han, you've been here for probably a day or two. Your boss sent you here to pick up some a shipment of supplies that you have to bring back. I think we said he's based out of Omashu, correct?
Yes, that is what we said.
Okay. So you're going to have to eventually make your way down to the harbor master to pick up all the supplies and see if they've been delivered yet. The past couple of days, I said the shipments have been coming in kind of slow for some reason. What would you have been doing over the past, let's say, 2 days to keep yourself occupied in this town?
Well, as Izzy knows, I'm very familiar with Whaletail Island, so I'd probably, visit some old haunts, maybe grab a drink, and just enjoy the city. I haven't been back here in a while.
Okay.
Maybe fussing over the manifest a little bit, and but just trying to enjoy the moment before I have to get back to work.
Fair. You don't have the full manifest, by the way. Your boss is incredibly scattered, as you know.
That he is.
And as you're wandering down to the docks one of these days, you're going to notice there's, I'm going to say, like a grouping of children that are probably following you, led by one mischievous little girl, Kenzie. Would you care to give a description of yourself? Did we lose?
Leading other children?
I mean, do you want to be alone or do you want to be with a group?
I guess I can be with a group right now. That's fine.
Okay.
Fuck it. I look like Himawari, so I am a 8-year-old little girl, has dark hair, blue eyes, whisker mark. I am in not peasant, like poor like clothing, but like I would say like medium quality clothing, and I smell faintly of cabbages. I am kind of distributing these children amongst the marketplace and kind of telling them, like pointing them in different directions, and they're scampering off from me. And I kind of have this, you know, expression on my face that I'm just like contemplating a bunch of different things all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Can I make an insight roll, Lizzie?
Sure.
Let's see. I assume I'll just use untrained power.
What are you trying to incite? What's wrong?
A riot.
I mean, Kenzie, this person who just showed up in town a few days ago was an easy mark for you.
That's very true. I might be sending several children after him right now.
So 4.
4? It's a lovely day, you know. Not too much is going on. I mean, you notice that there are a bunch of kids in the marketplace, and that's about it. But they're kids. Okay. They're not organized in any way, shape, or form.
Fair enough.
Go, my child, steal from him.
Would like to send my child army after this man.
Sure.
The army of gremlins arise.
Sure. What are you planning on doing to him is the question.
He has very fancy clothes on, correct?
Yes, he does.
Well, I would like to try to dump water all over him, and then flower petals all over him, and then I want to rob him.
Okay, you know what? Kenzie, I will allow this. Please roll me a...
Where's my damn thing?
5 minutes into game.
5
doing
minutes.
crime.
5 minutes.
5 minutes into game. In party fighting.
In party fighting. We haven't even introduced all of you yet.
Party crime.
We've introduced literally 2 people, and there's already a PvP.
Kenzie, roll...
This is how you know we're a good party.
Kenzie, roll me animal control and creativity, please.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that how you really think of children, Izzy?
Completely.
Yes.
I feel like some people in this chat should be insulted by that.
I feel like the children of one of the people say should be too.
Yeah.
She's starting to cry, Izzy. You should say you're sorry.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
So Han, you notice all these kids like running at you. A couple have like a giant pot of water, and the other one has, you know, a bunch of flour, and they're just coming at you, and you just casually kind of sidestep the hell away. And there's now just like a group of small children that are covered in like wet flour as rose petals start dancing down from the tops of buildings.
You see me in the background just looking pissed. Like, God damn it, how'd they fuck that up?
Kenzie, this never would have happened if Timmy didn't get sick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of glance at the kid whose name I do not know in character. I just be kind of like, what a scenic day it is. I just keep
I'm
walking.
an angelic little angel, you bastard.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
Okay. Jeez. Alright, well with that, I'm gonna say, Han, you're making your way down towards the docks, and Nara, would you like...
I'm gonna follow him at a distance and just be disappointed in my group.
Fair. Also, real quick guys, if you click down at, next to the send button down here, you can change your name to your character name. And your icons will change respectively.
Wait, if we click down where? Oh.
The drop down.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Except the icon is broken on my screen because I blame Izzy.
It looks perfect on mine. Anyway.
I didn't say it didn't look perfect on yours. I said I blame Izzy.
That's fine. That's perfectly fair and reasonable. Speaking of you blaming me, we're going to cut away from you two wandering around the docks of Whaletail Island for a minute, and we're actually going to be going west onto the unsteady floor of a old-fashioned wooden boat. A sloop, if you will.
Sloop.
A sloop.
That's a fun word to say. Sloop.
Yeah.
Sloop.
And inside the underbelly of this sloop, a mass of cargo, are 3 people. Would you guys like to describe yourselves? You know who I'm talking about.
Izzy, I had a question for you in private chat first.
I will give you an answer in private chat. Okay, Nick, the answer to that is yes. I'm assuming most of that went towards paying for this trip.
Izzy, I bet you know how much a lot is for that, but it's probably paying for this trip and describing outfits and such.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to describe our outfits, I think that's fair.
Yep. If you have paid for us to all have new clothing.
I have absolutely paid for all of us to have new clothing, and also, depending on what happens, we would be above docks.
I'll probably be below dock, seeing as how we have
decks.
some specific cargo.
I cannot.
Okay, so are we inspecting the cargo?
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably dealing with the cargo of there will be something big under several large tarps, and every now and then I will emerge underneath the tarp, having gotten more paint, grease, oil, etc. all over me.
I mean, I'm probably just going to stick.
You should go first for description, guy under the tarp.
Yeah. Guy under the tarp.
That's fair. So, my guy will be mid-30s. He will be wearing just kind of everyday clothes, unless, like, Nick's character has bought in a very fancy outfit that has now since been ruined.
You would have had a decently fancy outfit that has now since been ruined.
Both by the grease and oil and paint from the machine he's clearly not working on underneath this tarp, along with the fact that he has dropped countless tool belts and things like that to this outfit. Think that is pretty much it.
Okay. And Nick or Wex, would one of you guys like to go next? I'm assuming you guys are going to be relatively close by.
Why do you go next, Nick, so I know what type of clothes I'm wearing?
1 minute, I have to talk to Izzy.
Izzy, I sent you a private message.
Izzy, does that make sense to you?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like, there's a bunch of stuff that just is not with us because it's not mobile. So, eventually coming under docks, you get, see a woman who is wearing, decent, like, it looks like weird, like, very expensive but wrong Earth Kingdom attire, in that, like, anyone who's actually from the Earth Kingdom would point out, those aren't supposed to go with each other.
I have in fact pointed that out to you several times.
And I've tried to fix it and gotten it wrong the next time as well.
Okay, so I have probably so Nick, you don't know this about my character, but I would probably have made sure you look much better than you could do yourself.
Oh, absolutely, because this happens when you have someone who's been in the military for many years suddenly trying to look fancy.
Yeah, I make sure that you're at least passable.
Yep. Age is a strange thing, but definitely has a substantial amount of gray hair at this point. Just come down, check in. I'm assuming... Rizik, we're going to be making port soon.
Okay, just finishing this up. Fuck. Yeah, we're good.
Will it run?
Oh, it will definitely run.
Are you sure it's a good idea for us to do the plan like this? we're really not blending in these outfits. And my character is what looks like a girl who cannot be over 18 or 19 years old, with shoulder length brown hair, wearing Earth Kingdom attire as well, fancy, but also much more well done and put together. And there's like kind of a demure beauty about it, and she gives off this vibe of both being very nervous but very curious about everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Look, crossing over was not going to be easy. Hopefully, some of the people there will still be willing to let us go through. We just have to get this thing out of the public eye.
Remind me again why we had to dress like this to do that?
Because if I wore my normal clothes, I'm pretty sure we would be in a lot of trouble.
Right, but shouldn't we, try to blend in, dress as like the common folk?
That is not common. That is as far from common as anyone with eyes will be able to tell you, and it'll be easier to explain if they assume we aren't.
Well, fair enough, I guess.
Look, we get through here, we get out into the wilderness, everything will be better then.
Yeah, can I be honest here? I just kind of want to feel the earth under my feet again. I don't like boats. This is my first time ever being on one. It doesn't feel good.
I understand what you mean. Being below decks is a lot worse than being out in the open air in the sun.
Okay. So where are we going again?
Whaletown Village first. It's one of the closer points. Last I knew, it's a reasonably peaceful area.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, what you would know about this is Whaletail Island is, again, it's like a melting pot of the nations. A lot of trade, a lot of people are constantly coming and going, so they kind of accept everybody without really asking too many questions.
I haven't been to a trading port in years. I'd love to see what type of. I've heard I've heard some of the art and some of the things that come from the Southern Water Tribe are beautiful art in terms of their art. Do they really use whale bones in their clothing?
I couldn't really tell you about clothing. I've been closer to the Northern Tribe for most, but they definitely used whales into the what was the phrase again? Salamander fish? I don't know.
And look, and those I've heard of their outfits have a beautiful blue dye. You don't see that anywhere. And oh, right, I gotta.
You gotta what?
And
Point of order, just for those listening, which of you is playing Hotaru and which one is Yara?
I'm Hotaru.
And I am Yara.
And as you guys are talking back and forth, or as you girls are talking back and forth, the boat is going to shift a little bit. And I'm going to say, Rizik, you're going to drop something and make a lot of noise. And that's going to stir a rather loud noise from a tarped square box that you guys are leaning against. Hey, Lore.
That's fine.
Yup. I was wondering if this would be the case.
Yep, no problems here.
Rizik, you've been down here more. What's in this box?
Which box?
You hear something slam very loudly.
I'm just gonna take the tarp off the box.
Am I held in a cage with bars?
You're in a cage with bars. There's more than enough room for you to walk around, but you don't want to be in here, obviously.
Yeah. As you pull the tarp off, a big, thick arm covered in pale fur with deep black skin on the hand comes out and just makes a grab from you a few inches from your face. And you're looking into a dark face with horns, fairly thick body, large fangs. There is a very cranky gorilla goat glaring at you.
Huh.
Noise.
Man, it's been a while since I saw a gorilla goat. Is
Never seen one of them before.
I don't think they're usually pets, are they?
no. Well, I mean,
I want to make an insight.
How
Go-
far away am I from this cage?
You are.
This is the boat.
This is
still.
Izzy, I
this
would
is-
like to roll deduction plus my personal skill for the last time I encountered one of these.
Sure. Roll it.
Okay, a 4. Is it hungry? Or unhappy?
It looks angry.
Oh.
Well, 3.
Looks not super happy. Gorilla.
Izzy, 3.
Gorilla goats out in the wild, normally gorilla goats in the wild will, go, follow people around if they want food, and if you, try to, taunt them, they will take the food.
Yep. Keeping them out of camp was a giant hassle.
Why is the
Yeah.
poor thing down here?
I, meanwhile, have spotted whichever part of the cage looks a little different. Get in the door, and I'm, smacking it and glaring at the humans like, hello!
Also, at this point, I'm going to say you guys are going to get a call from above deck and say, "Hello, honored travelers! Down there. We'll be making port in the next 2 minutes. If you want to come up and get some fresh sea air."
Going to briefly look at the cage and the gorilla goat for. I did just trying to say, is it food or does it want to be free? Because mostly, right now, letting an animal is likely to run around and steal everything free on a boat that we are traveling on is probably a bad idea.
Laura, I would like you.
To roll banter.
Oh, yeah.
What?
The gorilla goat talks in your head.
The gorilla debates you into opening it by taunting you.
I think that means you probably get the sense of, let me out, you idiots.
Yeah, no, you get that the gorilla goat is definitely making some signs that you're like, wait, most wild animals would not know how to do this, and it just, kind of pointing on the outside of the cage, and that's about it.
Are you talking to us?
I look at you like you're an idiot and give an exaggerated nod.
Can they do that?
Generally, no. But, well, the spirits sometimes work in very odd ways, and are you going to cause any trouble if we let you out? Looking very pointedly at the gorilla goat, assuming that it can understand me.
I just kind of squint at you.
Yara, is that really a good idea? We've come really far. Can we really afford to get caught right now?
We've come really far, and we came because people were being kept and captured that shouldn't be. Not exactly. That's what brought us here. I'm not exactly going to stop. And again, the pointed question of, are you going to cause trouble right now? Right back at said gorilla goat.
I'm going
Because
to
we get to
take
port.
it. I just kind of slump a little bit, but then take a pointed step back from the door and look at it expectantly.
I'm waiting for an affirmation from you.
I'm not quite sure you're gonna get it.
So a few minutes of the staring contest.
It's gonna happen for them. It's I'll be back after we reach land then.
Yeah, I smack the edge of the cage and roar at you at that point.
Oh my god. Yeah, so a guy in a very long red coat with a big hat with a large plume is going to be like, "Hey, stop making so much racket down there. I've got a high buyer."
I bellow louder.
"Hey, keep quiet, you. You're going to be going to a good home real soon."
Just gonna drag Rizik over to the side of... Rizik, are you gonna stay below decks?
Sean has disappeared.
John.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies. Yeah, I want to finish up the modifications. There's a couple things that would be better to not have on prominent display when we get out.
How close is Rizik to the cage?
I'm just gonna say, if you're gonna stay below decks until we're docked and then drive off,
Well,
the gorilla
like,
looks pretty strong. If we whittle down the lock at the time of leaving, then let it do whatever it wants to.
yeah, give me a second, and he's gonna fumble through some of his stuff, and basically is going to, from his various pockets, pull out a few gizmos, scrap them together.
Rizik, again, after we've docked.
I mean, I can wind it and it'll be on a timer.
I mean, I'm just looking at Rizik and making, like, come here motions.
I will approach the cage as I continue to fiddle with things in hand.
I'm watching for shenanigans.
I'm not going to mess with what you're fiddling with, but if there's a screwdriver on your belt, it's mine.
I mean, there are multiple screwdrivers on my belt.
Yup.
There's a lot of stuff on my belt.
That is not the type of shenanigan I care about.
Screwdriver, go yoink.
I will be trying to get that back from you.
I mean, you notice that I, like, stick it straight in the lock and start, like, fiddling it around.
I think because of who you are, I think you have to make me too untrained. Let me see. Do you have...
I get to use my special one?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You may roll your background.
I mean, what am I allowed to roll to try and get the screwdriver back?
What principle are you rolling?
That's not
the
Background.
I got a 4.
Izzy, I was going to ask, to look at the gorilla again and just, like, say very plainly, I'm fine with letting you out once we hit dock. It might be a problem if you do so earlier to try and hinder this with leadership.
Sure. Also, then Sean, you can roll illusions and persuasion.
We are the party of PvP.
I just want to be
5
free.
for basically discussing with trying to distract the gorilla goat and then palming the screwdriver out of their hand when they're not looking.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to negotiate of, like, if you keep being annoying, I'm less likely to actually try and help you because it looks like you're going to be a problem instead.
Okay, so I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. Hotaru, you're just kind of standing back watching as Yira is talking at this gorilla goat, and as Rizik is, like, sleight of handing the screwdriver out of its hand. The gorilla goat is noticing, and then, like, there's going to be a lot of tools exchanged. One being obvious, and then one getting... Yira's talking down Minghua. Minghua is just taking something from Rizik, and then Rizik is sleight of handing it back into his pocket. And this is going on for like 5 minutes, and at this point I'm going to say you guys have docked, and a bunch of ship hands are going to come down and say, alright, we're here. If you all want to get off at deck, we've got a couple of deliveries to make. And we'll take your big package down and put it in the mainland in a little bit.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Good. I'm going to walk by cage and swipe my hand near where the lock is, and Izzy, I'm attempting to overcome using one of my principles.
Sure.
Principle of fire. Is it principle of fire?
It is principle of fire.
Sure.
It is going to be making this just weak enough that the gorilla goat is going to be able to break free, but not until a decent amount of time has passed.
Sure, roll.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
Ow.
Actually, wait, I get to reroll 2 of those. Sorry, that's a 10.
Why do you have that?
Ah, he has an elite.
And I get to reroll all 1s.
Oh shit, right. Okay, so yeah, you like cover your mouth, put your hand on the lock, you cough as like a burst of fire goes through the lock, and Minghua, you...
Oh no, this is not a burst of fire. This is a very small thing coming out of like her thumb, slicing it, very hot, going particularly through a small section of it.
Oh no, I'm saying right through the locking mechanism. You're just like a little thing which Minghua can see from the other end, and yeah, it's definitely been compromised. You'll be able to break out in a few minutes easily.
Yeah, once that happens, like, I keep making a show of doing the tool trading with Rick, but you can tell I'm just kind of, like, watching Girl walk by a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head out to the deck.
Well, the ship heads are immediately going to come down and say, oh, we got to unload this one first. And they're going to take Minghua's cage and move you to the docks, where Han is waiting with a bunch of paperwork, and the man with the big red coat, red hat with the plume, and a fantastic moustache is going to come down and talk to you, Han. And Nara, you're going to be like probably at the end of the dock watching all this happen as all these newcomers are showing up. So be like, "Aye, are you the one coming here for all the shipments?"
That would be me. I take it you're the captain of this vessel?
Commodore, I have several vessels under my command. Commodore...
Apologies, Commodore.
Commodore Flintfinger at your service. Ah, yes, because whenever my enemies see me going away, I do this, and he's going to flip the double birds, and they're going to light on fire.
Very impressive. I take it you have everything as part of the shipment?
Well, first off, of course, we have the exotic animal that you were promised. Or that was discussed.
As you look over at me, I'm mimicking the double birds gesture that he just did and looking at my hands.
Han suppresses a snicker.
You have no idea that there was supposed to be an animal in this delivery, by the way. Again, you got half the paperwork. You were told
So as soon as he says the animal, he says the what?
Yeah, then you see double gorilla fingers flying up at you.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Kenzie, you can also see this from a distance. Yeah, the rest of the stuff he's going to explain are in, like, heavy crates, and they're going to start unloading that. He's going to tell you that all of the shipping materials are in bigger crates than the gorilla goat's cage. They are massive. And he's got 2 more shiploads coming.
So what's the logistics of me getting these back to my boss?
So your boss has every faith that you will be able to find a way to get all these back to him in Omashu. They do not fit on anything. You figured it was going to be a small box of something. He's like got like boxes coming out. And you're noticing like large beams of steel and crap coming out. Think like rebar that's 1 foot in diameter. Stuff that you clearly do not get in the Earth Kingdom.
Nara and Minghua can clearly see Han's shoulders start to kind of just droop as more and more shit gets unloaded from his boat.
I believe I'm also coming out during this.
Yeah. For the 3 of you should be confused by this, because the stuff that's coming out right now is clearly Fire Nation.
I mean, yeah, I'm not confused at all by this. Wait, is any of it mine?
None of this is yours.
Oh,
Okay,
if none of this is ours,
None
then
of this
that is actually slightly concerning.
Yeah,
Well, that's a problem, yeah.
Yeah, none of this is yours. It's being delivered to Han.
Inching forward.
Yeah,
I think
so
none of this was on the list I was given.
You got a single sheet of paper that said building materials for a really big border wall with a smiley face on the bottom. You're
Fuck.
Can I make a guess on what is being made with this?
you
Seeing
may
the stuff unloaded?
before you do that, Kenzie. What were you saying?
Closer to all the stuff.
Yeah, by all means, roll me a stealth check. Stealth and let's see, what power do you? Stealth and illusions,
Oh, there's.
or stealth and agility. Actually, stealth and agility. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, you blend in easy.
I roll poorly on figuring out what's being made with this.
Yeah. So
I suppose I will also roll because I presumably would have any idea.
yeah, you guys can roll.
Yeah, I'm assuming I have at any point ever had to tell people what to do with some of these things. 5?
These look like much larger versions of things you would use to like build a temporary fortification against, say, Earth Kingdom soldiers because they can't bend metal.
Yeah.
Probably commenting to companions that is like other people could definitely have a fear of, odd that the Earth Kingdom would be someone from the Earth Kingdom would be buying that.
Yeah, I with a 2, I assume I don't have any revelations about it that Yara didn't.
Actually, I'm going to give one of these to you for free. The next box, after all the metal that comes down, there's just going to be a pallet of these, like, 5-foot by 3-foot slabs of rock. Which should sound really weird, that they're importing stone.
Yes.
Would I have any idea what kind of stone this is from actually working with the man?
The man is so erratic, as you well know. He has a lot of money, and he has good ideas, and it all works out eventually, and you have no idea how. You're pretty sure he just throws more money at it.
I'd love to know what type of stone this is. Please.
Oh, this is 100% igneous. Something that you would not find in the Earth Kingdom because there's no volcanic activity.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they need... Is it just igneous rock in general?
They're just slabs of igneous rock.
Yara, that's... I just whispered, Yara, that's igneous rock. You wouldn't find that in the Earth Kingdom.
You can't, Hey, I'm gonna roll bending lore on this to see if there's anything I know of that might be relevant for that.
Sure. You guys can do whatever you want at this point.
Nope.
Yep.
This is the most appropriate result of this roll.
Yeah, no, it's a rock. You're assuming earthbenders can bend it. You're not sure why they need rocks in the Earth Kingdom.
They presumably have something related to earthbending to do with this. I don't really know much about what particular stones could help.
I mean, Izzy, do I have any automatic knowledge about this, or should I make a roll here?
You make a roll. Do you have bending lore?
No.
Let's see what you have.
I
like how I can just pull up your sheets.
I was thinking of using my background one.
Why can I not open up your sheet?
I don't know.
Is it because you're in it? It's probably because
Maybe.
No.
That would be dumb.
It would be dumb. That is
While
incredibly...
you're doing that, how many of my little like street urchins followed me?
There are several ghosts. They're not as brazen as you, so you're clearly the farthest forward, but there's a bunch of children covered in powder at the far end of the dock, not getting near the water.
Yeah. Izzy, I think, can I use Stone and Child of Two Nations?
Yes, you may.
Are there any explosives?
Explosives?
Yes.
I like this kid.
You heard what I said.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. First off, you're getting a bonus for this one, Wex. Igneous it's denser than sedimentary rock. That's all you know.
Okay. It's denser, but that just makes it harder to work with, especially if you don't have earthbending.
And let's see. Kenzie, for you, I would like to see... Kenzie, I'm sorry. What did you say you wanted to do again? I started looking at your qualities and I completely forgot.
I want some of the kids to cause chaos, but if there's any like explosive material, I want to try to set it off to cause more chaos to then release the monkey. And whatever other animal is in the cages, is in any cages.
The monkey is... The goat girl is the only animal in the cage. Please make me an agility plus stealth to sneak, like, closer to the boat as they're, like, loading on, you know, black powder for their makeshift cannons.
Not rolling well tonight. This is annoying.
Yeah, no, as you immediately get captured by, as you're, like, starting up the ramp, you're just gonna feel a hand on your collar, and, Commodore Flint Fingers will be like, "Whoa there, lass! What are you doing?"
Doesn't she have the option of succeeding, but with a major twist?
Crap, I completely... Would you like to succeed with a major twist, Kenzie? I completely forgot about that aspect. Thank you. That's the point of the game, guys.
I'm a helper.
Session 0.
I don't like being within the collateral damage range of a major twist.
You know, get used to
I
it.
would like to
Oh, I
succeed with
know.
a major twist.
You would like to succeed with a major twist?
Yes.
Okay, Kenzie, I'm gonna type something to you privately. As you sneak onto the ship looking for some explosive power, since everybody else is now off the ship.
Waiting.
Well, continuing the previous conversation with Hotaru is like, well, Rizik, denser stone could theoretically use to penetrate fortifications, couldn't it? It would be that much heavier when launched.
Technically.
No, that's very sensible then.
Yeah.
Assuming they're trying to import it for military purposes.
It's still hard to work with, though. Feels like it's a little impractical.
A lot of things, especially as they relate to bending, tend to feel impractical until you have the right understanding. Then they become second nature.
I guess.
It's a matter of stretching your ability as far as it can go.
Can we just get out of here? I don't really like being around this stuff.
Of course. If I remember right, there's a fairly good inn that we should be able to go to.
Okay, this is happening.
Well, we're probably going to start heading out as soon as things start happening.
Well, I think I'm probably unloading my thing from the ship around this time as well.
Okay, so are you... did you come on the dock is the question, Sean.
I'd probably be staying below deck until it was being removed from the ship.
I need you to make me an awareness check.
I think it mostly sounds like Yaro and Hotaru are probably heading towards
The
off the dock when
Hold-
whatever happens.
Can I? What do I roll here since I don't have awareness?
Let me see your sheet.
Also, I was
roll it.
actively working on this, so I assume that this would not somehow...
I'm assuming this awareness is Kenzie's actions, not about your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
People are just going to keep stealing stuff from me, aren't they?
Okay, actually,
Maybe.
so Sean, what I want you to do is I want you to roll me... You really have nothing to notice this. Roll me illusions plus untrained quality, please.
I want
not
to be able to
untrained
use
plus
conviction.
untrained plus status.
No chance of using conviction instead of untrained quality there.
I'll give you conviction and an untrained power then.
You know, sure.
Your choice.
Conviction, I feel like, makes more sense than illusion. I really wish. Wow, no. No.
Holy shit!
Wow.
At least it's not triple zeros.
We all need to take a laugh. This is terrible.
At least I can't roll zeros anymore. Yeah,
Technically,
I noticed nothing. I am too busy getting this machine ready to leave the
All right,
below deck area.
so Sean, a couple of things you notice. So this has two compartments, as you know from the image. There's the back compartment, which is probably just loaded up full of like spare parts and crap, and then there's the front part, which is the engine, the cockpit area and whatnot. I'm gonna say you're probably working on the engine to make sure this thing sails smoothly.
Well, probably a mix of the engine and the exterior, because I'm definitely not trying to make this not look like a Fire Nation vehicle.
So you're probably just finishing up with the engine. You're going to close the damn thing and say, all right, finally done. Dust off your hands. And then suddenly the engine is going to roar to life as soon as you close the hatch.
Oh.
This is going to be immediately going back to where the cockpit is and figuring out what the hell's going on.
Oh no.
Major twist is Kenzie is dead. Pick a new street urchin.
It turns out Kenzie's playing a horde character this entire time.
Yeah, there's going to be very panicked rush over of, okay, shit, oh shit, what's happening?
Yeah, so I'm going to say, just for simplicity, you're probably going to like look down in there and you're going to notice, the door is stuck for some reason.
I can get that open.
Kenzie?
I was working on a gadget to pick the lock on a timer of the cage earlier this scene. I have that in hand. I will get that lock open.
Yeah. So as you're doing that, Kenzie, you're inside the cockpit. You've started the engine. Are you pushing any other buttons?
Hell yes, I'm pushing all the buttons.
Oh my god.
Which buttons are you pushing? Yes.
Look, this doesn't...
I want the whistle to go off. If there's a whistle.
There's thankfully not weapon systems on this.
No, there are no weapons on this thing. Okay, so what I'm going to say is going to happen is... Sean, make me a technology plus science roll.
Do you mean inventions plus technology, gadgets plus technology?
Oh, crap.
Technology and science are both,
Gadgets and technology, please.
Okay, and I'm going to use Principle of the Gearhead, because I've been fiddling with the thing this entire scene.
Yes, you have. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Everybody, I think that's 2 hero points this session.
So that is a 6.
Okay.
That is still some really mediocre rolling for 3d10s.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is you managed to get the thing open, and you see Nara sitting in the cockpit. And what are you going to do, Nara? Kenzie?
I start crying. I'm freaked out. I'm scared. I'm a little girl.
You know...
You're full of shit is what you are, but whatever.
I would say you have the chance to push any more buttons, like right as he's doing this before you burst into tears.
Hell yeah. All the button presses I can get in, baby.
So as she's crying, she just starts pushing buttons, pulling levers and whatnot.
Look. It's all fine. Just please stop. You're not in trouble. Just don't push any more buttons.
Someone please roll me Someone please roll me 3d8s.
On it.
I don't know what's happening. Where am I? What is this?
It's fine.
Give me
the
mid there is 5.
How did you get in
Mid
here?
there is 5.
Exploring the dock. This was such a cool ship, and then all of a sudden it was just dark, and then I was inside here, and then all these, I don't know, it just, I don't know.
Kenzie, the last thing out of your mouth is, what does this button do? And you press the button, and the thing with you and Rizek in the cockpit surges forward through the front of the ship.
Do I have any chance of stopping that?
Roll me dexterity plus technology, please.
Can it be lightning calculator plus
Yes,
technology?
absolutely.
I don't think I can get away with the principle here because I don't think they work.
Gearhead, what's your other one?
Discovery.
Absolutely not. No.
Fuck. 6.
6.
I am going to try to very quickly do everything can to shut down, to put this back in park and shut off that engine.
If he gets in the cockpit, I just cling to him like a monkey to impede him as much as possible.
Why do you want to destroy this boat?
Kenzie,
playing creature of chaos.
So I think we know who the Delibird of this game is.
Kenzie, roll me a hinder using, let's see, agility and creativity, please.
I feel like we're soon going to be hitting yellow.
-2. Yeah, no, we're hitting yellow soon. Okay, so it's only a -1, which means Sean still succeeds. So you do manage to get the thing in park, but like the inside of the hull is like slightly scratched by the front of this thing, Sean.
And you are currently holding a crying 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay, the first thing, I have more paint. I can fix that. The second thing, fuck, what do small children like?
Candy.
I don't have any of that. Can I quickly assemble a wind-up toy to give her?
Yes!
Roll me gadgets and, science.
Science, not technology? Darn.
Technology, you can do technology.
We accept technology here.
They are so close.
5.
Sure. What kind of a toy are you giving? Wind up what?
Like, so, you know how there's, like, the wind-up, like, monkey with symbols? I would like to do that, and with information I in no way would think of in character, would want it to be, instead of a monkey, be a fox. That's, like, the wind-up, walk forward, slam symbols.
Okay, fine. You make it into a fox. I was gonna say it was gonna be a gorilla goat, just to piss off Lord a little bit.
Yeah, I'd rather want this to be
You don't know what I'd do with
oddly familiar. Or not oddly familiar, but oddly on point.
Sure. You make a little... I'm assuming that appeases you for now, Kenzie.
Certainly does. This is great.
By the way, at this point in time, Lore, you can make me a strength plus close combat to break through the rest of your cage, as your cage is literally getting airlifted and then about to get dropped onto the dock for Han to, like, clearly look in and say, wait, the boss wanted one of these?
Since I got an 8, can I kick the cell door open so that it narrowly misses Han?
Yes.
Yay.
Congratulations, you are free.
I just kind of land on the ground next to Han and just kind of look him up and down and raise one of my eyebrows.
Han, there is a goat gorilla standing next to you. It towers over you. Did we lose Dan?
I'm just hearing the sound of him sighing and face palming, and also him saying,
Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
No, I'm saying hello to the giant goat gorilla tower.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I lean almost awkwardly close and just, like, start sniffing you.
Oh my god.
all of his dreams come true in the same session.
Look, you guys didn't, oh god.
Yeah, no,
On is kind of speechless at this shit.
yeah, no, Commodore Flintfinger is like looking at you, just like, sign here, please, as the goat grill is landing. Sign here, please.
That's great.
Han is going to, without looking away from Minghua, give the absolute worst signature of his life without looking onto the pad.
Just an X.
If you ever need any more shipping, we're the finest privateers of the area. He's going to take the pen, and there's going to be something in your hand. As you take your eyes off of Minghua for just half a second, you're going to look down, and it's a leash and a collar sized for Minghua. And you're just going to be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to instantly snatch that out of your hand and throw it in the ocean, if I can.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to try to stop you, and when you do that, I'm just going to be like, we both know that wasn't going to do anything anyway.
Yeah, you say that, I kind of look at you for a second, nod, and give you two very, like, it's not rough, but I am a large creature patting you on the head. You kind of bob a bit with the motion.
My knees kind of buckle a little bit. Well, tell you what. If you can be nice, not hurt anything, we don't have to worry. We don't have to talk about Cage or any of that. Does that sound good? You seem unusually understanding of human speech.
Yeah, my face just morphs into a glare at the word cage and just stays that way.
Nope, that's why I'm saying just be nice to me. I'll be nice to you. No need for any of that. Okay?
You get another head pat.
I really want you to give Han treats.
Good boy needs treat.
Good boy. I like you. Have treat.
I don't have anything yet, is the problem.
There was
Grab it from nearby.
There was probably some hay in your cage.
That's not a treat.
That's not a treat.
Boss, this is going too far.
But yeah, as all this is going on, Rizik, you and Nara are probably like starting to make your way out of the boat. They've started to like unload your big ass, precariously wrapped vehicle. Yira and Hotaru, you guys are probably like made your way down to like the center square of the town at this point. And that's when you're going to hear this loud horn blowing. And it kind of echoes through the city, and people start going into a panic.
Do I know what the horn is?
That's a warning horn.
I'm going to get someone nearby, look at them very strongly, and say, what does that horn mean?
Trouble! Everybody should get indoors! I'm going to say you're all close enough to like see people starting to point. Like there's going to be a guy up in a watchtower, think like a lighthouse nearby, and he's kind of like pointing off in the direction towards the horizon, far out to sea. Roughly the same direction your guys' ship was coming from. And as you see like another sloop coming your way, very similar in shape to Captain Flintfingers, or Commodore Flintfingers. However, behind it there is a second ship, and unlike the first one, which has its sails filling with wind, slowly making its way towards Whaletail Island, the second one has a smokestack, and it is pouring out this black smoke.
Okay.
Hotaru, get to the inn. I'm going to go get Rizik, and we're getting out of here.
You need to just leave. Come on.
Getting my vehicle out from under deck has become higher priority.
All right. You know what?
I am
Fair.
still on.
We're
like, on
going.
you,
We're getting
Sean.
Rizik, and we're getting out. Back to the docks.
What about the merchandise now?
I'm not gonna leave you.
Sean, I'm clinging to your hand and just babbling about absolutely everything and anything.
You are just.
There is nodding along as I'm getting as I'm doing whatever it takes to get this from the bottom of the ship to the dock.
Is anyone still actually around? Is he like bystander and anything?
Most people have started running towards the town proper. Away from the docks, but there are a couple of people like Captain Flintfinger, the harbor master. A few others are just kind of staying by the water. I can actually drag you guys over here.
Assume Han is still just standing there.
Wait, are we like on a? Oh, okay.
So as this like tank train is coming out, does it look large enough for like my purposes of getting my shit to my boss?
You can easily strap a ton of it to the top. Yes.
Are we supposed to see our characters on here?
You guys have to drag your characters over.
Do you have a?
While we're running back, I'm just gonna say,
Oh my
Huchar,
God,
this might get messy. Stay behind
Holy
me.
crap!
I'm so tiny.
I am so tiny.
Izzy, you should ping us over to a part of the map that is visible. Just saying.
Oh, right.
Do I have a thingy for the vehicle?
You never gave me one.
I said you could use the option you found.
Oh, okay. You have.
How do I get bigger?
Can
We're
you guys?
still all tiny.
Izzy has to do that for us.
Yeah. Can you guys drag
Did
yourselves?
you leave me behind, Sean?
Over here, just follow.
So small.
Sean, here's your tank train.
Thank you.
Feels too small compared to us.
It's fine. It's bigger on the inside somehow.
So, all right. So, shit, Sean, what's your character's name?
Rizik, but I don't think we've met each other yet.
Okay, no. So what's gonna happen is as you're pulling
Nobody's
this.
introduced anybody. Everybody's
No,
very
so
rude.
as you're pulling this giant like steel train contraption out of the hold, you're literally going to see a slightly disheveled man in nice Earth Kingdom clothing with that goat gorilla that you guys were dealing with earlier walk up to you and be like, "Can I hire you?
For what?
I need to get this," gesturing to all of my shit, "to Omashu.
Which is still on another continent,
Boss
by the
can pay
way.
you whatever you want. I just need to get this stuff to Omashu."
I will point out that there is, like, out of character, there is still, like, an ocean between there and here.
We also need to leave.
Yeah, Garrett, what's your opinion on this? Let me check with my boss.
I'm starting to look a little panicked right now.
You, fancy man. You said you're gonna offer however much payment we need, right? How much of this do you care to go? Use me to be off this dock before that ship gets here. Pointing at the one with the smokestack.
Well, sorry, wait, what was the actual question?
How much are we going to pay, and how much of this crap do you want? Because we need to be off this dock before that ship gets here.
Look, I don't have a whole lot on me right now. My boss is the one that handles the payment, but he is an extremely rich Earth Kingdom businessman. He can pay you whatever the hell he wants. Whatever.
That is true. Whatever the hell he wants is the key.
Wonderful. We will negotiate this later. There are problems.
Yeah,
Okay. I hate to ask it for you. Can you actually load this right now? And do you have the ability to earthbend and the ability to load this? Being right at on.
I can't earthbend. I can help lift. That's about
Is
it.
are we in? What status are we in right now?
You guys are in green. Let me. I need to go get the tracker.
Izzy, principle of self-preservation.
Yes, absolutely.
I am not even listening now. I go up to the shore and I'm going to use momentum and creativity to create earth block slides and basically whip all of his goods onto the top of the tank.
I start clapping.
Okay, let me tie those down.
You gotta roll.
Yeah.
You know what? I
how did you do
can
that?
help. I can help speed things up. Izzy, can I roll? Actually, are any of the kids still on the dock?
No, they all would have.
Yeah, they all
There
want.
is a kid.
Damn it.
There is
There
a kid
was
in
Well, no, but
Files.
I had a thing. I was gonna summon the horde with coins and have them help us load.
You can still summon a horde. Like, don't forget, Captain Flintfinger has a crew.
Yeah, there are people here you can bribe, just not
fine.
small children.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
literally
Hold
just
on.
using-
I'm gonna roll a thing.
I'm literally just using slabs of earth
Are
to
we-
like put it on.
Not that it matters for my dice, but are we in green or yellow right
We
now?
we're in green. We got the icon farther to the right of the dock.
Okay, 8 to hire a bunch of the dock crew to help load shit onto the train.
Yeah, no, between dock workers and Commodore Flintfinger's crew, who are mostly like, you know, very poorly dressed seafarers, you start, you know, well, why don't you just describe what you're doing?
Basically, I'm going to be pulling a bunch of coins
Be right
out
back.
of my pocket and be like, hey, anybody who wants to get paid, help us load this shit on that train thing here. And I'll basically like flash some Earth Kingdom coin.
Or at the very least, have them help secure it.
Yeah.
Also, 7 for assist.
7 for assist gives Dan a +2. So
Ten.
Han got a 10, which completely succeeds. So yeah, a bunch of the dock workers are going to like stop running away. They're still going to be looking over their shoulder a little bit scared, like, but they're going to help you guys like lash things down to this tank train, move whatever they can, and then, you know, they're noticing that an earthbender has been making some slides, doing that, all that stuff. Would anybody else like to do anything?
Get inside and prep to floor it out of here.
Sure.
You probably hear a bunch of banging on the hull because I've started like crawling around on it and smacking it a bunch, trying to figure out what the hell this is.
Izzy, I do have a quick question. I might have lost track of this before, but the stuff that was being transported, all the Fire Nation goods, are those going to Dan's boss, or are those like something else altogether?
Everything that was on this ship was going to Dan's boss.
Okay, then that's fine.
Also, Dan, you're gonna Captain Flipfinger is gonna wander over at this point and say, "Wait, what are you doing?"
Just getting in the device I want to follow him in.
Okay,
I am.
you two are sticking together like glue. He's gonna be looking at you and like, "Wait a minute, you just want this much? What about the rest of it?"
Fuck, how do actually do I
don't want to
handle
move
this?
that. Why am I moving that?
I'm just going to look at Han
You
and say,
have sunk the
You're
train.
hitting all the buttons and levers, that's how you're moving it.
Alright,
looking at Han, grab the most valuable things. I highly doubt, if that ship is what I think it is, that anything else will be left.
I don't suppose I could convince you men to send an invoice to my boss and deliver the rest of this to the port nearest to Omashu, could you? You know he's good for it.
It's gonna be extra.
I'm sure it will be. That's perfectly fine as long as you're able to all right with invoicing him later.
Agreed, but tell him that we're charging him any damages because that's my second ship. He's gonna say, pointing out to the sloop that's trying to outrun the Fire Nation ship and failing.
Get the goods where they need to be, and we'll make it happen.
Captain Flintfinger is going to agree and get onto his ship. So yeah, you
Are we
guys.
getting back on the ship?
No, you guys are getting onto a tank train.
Hell
They're
yeah.
on a train.
Yeah,
Also,
we're taking some of the shit, and we're getting the Commodore to take the rest.
Yeah.
Cool.
when we're in the train, Rizik, is there a turret or an observation platform?
Observation. Observation platform, sort of. Turret, no.
There's no weapons on this thing. There are slots that you guys can look
I'm
through.
not asking for a weapon. I'm asking for a place to stand that has a good vantage point / firing location that is armored.
Oh, it's
yeah, I'm
already
not-
mine. If there is one, it's mine. I'm already in there.
Sort of, not great ones. I'll point to the areas where basically you can open a window and stuff like that, or the area where you can kind of stand at the top.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with kind of stand to the top because of what I'm expecting to be coming from that ship or people chasing us.
Okay, so do you want to go in the...
There's a big fuzzy butt already up there, Yara.
Yeah.
Can we move, please?
So just so you guys know, the inside of this tank train, the front one is where the command and control is, which Rizik and I guess Nara are going to be in. The second one has, I'm going to assume, is what few valuables you guys took and threw in there. And the third one is where full of a bunch of boxes and spare parts and crap that all of you have no idea what it is outside of Rizik. So there is space inside this thing, and you can lash things onto the top of it, which you've been doing.
I think there's two of us standing on top is the answer.
Okay. I am also standing on top.
Okay, 3 of you on top. Laura, you're on top as well? Okay, so...
Oh, yeah.
Han, where are you going?
I would probably be in the middle cabin, as if that's where most of my boss's shit is.
Yeah, there's also a couple of, like, chairs and stuff in there. Like, I'm assuming you guys weren't complete. You grabbed a couple of things from home to make it, your trip a little bit easier. Or you can furnish as is. Okay, probably
I'm
not.
literally career military at this point. I grabbed a rucksack full of this stuff.
Okay, then never mind then. This is where you put all the smaller supplies. So you're in a cabin with a bunch of rebar.
Yeah, like, this was, in my opinion, shortly after this was taken was when we were on run.
Yeah, I didn't have anything, so,
Yeah.
Furniture has not been priority.
Sorry, Izzy, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of scrolls. That is the answer for me.
Fair. Also, Dan, you notice there's enough room in this compartment for, what's his name?
Well, we're not talking about that yet.
Yeah.
But...
No, you're just making a note, like, oh yeah, he could fit comfortably in here.
That's true. Well, yeah, well, at least, actually, I'm curious. Is Minghua able to stand up straight in here from the look of it?
Trivially.
Okay.
Like from the show, don't forget, there were 3... What the heck were they? They were the Jesus lizard horses. Could fit in one of these.
Oh, that's true.
Reptile chocobos.
Yeah. And, like, they were at least as long as Appa was, and there were 3 of them in here. So, like, there's plenty of room.
Plenty of room, you say.
Comparatively.
Oh, he's so cute.
What was posted?
Just a beautiful boy.
Oh, hold on. I got to read this private.
So while we're on the top, you're just going to look over to... God damn it, no names exist. Can everyone in Discord change their Discord name to their character name so I can use the correct names?
Fine.
You already did it. There's no O needed for you, Nara.
Oh.
Yeah, it's...
Mine still comes up as my own name.
Not in Discord for me, you're Nara.
Yeah, Discord... It's...
Oh, in Discord. Yeah, I did that in Discord.
Okay, in Roll20, you go to the lower right-hand side and you do as X, and you can change your name there.
But it's still showing up as Kenzie.
That'll change your name
go
in the...
Go into the gear, the 5th tab over, and then change your display name.
Aha!
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah,
So looking over at Mingwei of... Glad you got out. How do you deal with fire coming in? Because that's what we're looking at here.
I just kind of do a bit of a double take at you and then visibly sigh.
Can we just please go?
Is anybody in the middle cabin with me?
No.
You're alone.
I will be trying to convince the small child to go join you.
Hell no.
Kenzie, did you see the private message?
Yes, I did, and I already responded.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Sean, you have no idea how, but Kenzie pushes like 3 buttons and then slams the go button as if knew exactly how this thing works, and the thing just surges forward with everybody on it.
Cool.
Okay, I am visibly confused.
Are we heading out of town?
We are heading out of town.
Check it.
Wait,
Oh.
do we have like a radio system? Can they hear us?
You guys can. There's no radios at this point. You guys can shout really loud.
No, actually, for these type of things, there's tubes usually that you can shout in, and it comes out the other end, basically like the tin cans with a string between them.
That's pretty much what you're working with. There's no radio. There's no electronics at this point.
I'm gonna shout up to the cabin. I'm Han, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Rizik. Or, well, shoot. Fuck, I should have given a different name.
Rizik, it's fine. There are plenty of people with every name coming from the top of the train car.
Mr. Gorilla Goat, can you actually help me with something for a minute?
I just turn around and look at you. I'm listening.
Brace me.
Okay. I kind of clamber over and move to brace you.
And I'm going to be doing something a little sustained. I'm going to hold it on to Minghua, plant my feet in the ground as we're moving, and earth bend the path away as we drive.
Oh, you're just gonna smooth it over?
Yep.
Cool. That works.
On the opposite side, I'm watching our butts in case any fire shows up.
Well, you don't see any fire. There's definitely a lot of smoke coming from the direction of where that town was.
Principle of great power.
I'm making sure that if any artillery gets launched at us, that I deflect it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna drag you guys back over to the world map then.
Yep, I got a 9.
You succeed. No path.
So, I will do this for... If I can be supported, I will do this for like half an hour to an hour as long as I can keep up like the effort.
Oh, okay, so we do have... Izzy, can you give that a name so we know where we are on the world map at easy glance?
Just because it's a little hard to see against the texture.
Yeah, I see it. That's why I'm like, there we go. Names.
Party.
There's the train.
Choo-choo.
Everybody can see that, right?
Bullshit.
Yep.
Go woo woo.
All right, so congratulations. You guys have, gotten from one end of the island, and you are in the clear. Like it. There's a lot of smoke coming from the west end of this island, but that's clearly not your concern anymore.
So,
You know
Earthbending
what
would not
can't
allow.
do? I
Sorry.
cannot fight a battalion by myself, despite what some of my stats may say.
I exhaustedly have Minghua pull me up. I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're-
I just kind of wrap an arm around your shoulder and give you a comfy place to rest.
Thanks.
So,
You're surprisingly soft.
I give a proud nod.
Just give Houtaro a pat of... Good job getting us out of there. I'm going to go check with Rizik now that we're in the clear.
oh fuck, we kidnapped a small child.
Rizik,
What with what
Rizik,
now?
we did not kidnap... First off, looking at someone whose name I don't know, the small child.
Hey.
I'm just gonna go into the
Hello?
middle cabin.
What is your name?
So I'm in the middle cabin and I can't see any of what's happening.
Yep.
I think we are I think we are in the middle of everyone collecting together while Rizik pilots. Message on. Han, can you please join us in the front?
Sure.
So the cockpit is not super roomy.
Shoot.
I'm sitting on a stool just kicking my feet.
What's your name and how do we get in contact with your parents?
Hi. I'm called Nara. Yeah, that's what you should call me.
Okay, Nar. Do you know where we can find your mommy and daddy?
Rizik, that is the...
No.
Nara, do you have any relatives that were not in that city?
Maybe. Daddy sells cabbages. Apparently my whole family does.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Wait, you picked... Wait, what? You picked up the gremlin ringleader?
Technically, she followed us in.
Han, we saved a child from something that was a problem.
What do you
No,
mean?
I'm just surprised because I'm just surprised it's this kid because this kid sicked a bunch of other mini gremlins on me this morning.
No, I didn't.
Unsuccessfully, but
No, I
Gremlins
didn't.
are real?
no, small children.
He
Oh.
means other children.
Oh, I haven't heard that phrase before. Sorry.
It's all right.
No, he's so weird. I don't know why he's saying that.
Look, whatever. It's good. There's there's one less kid in the way of the Fire Nation. Anyway.
Anyway,
So this
correct.
is a little impromptu, but
Wait, that wasn't the Fire Nation. This is the Earth Kingdom.
no, it isn't.
Fire Nation ship, though.
That was a Fire Nation ship. We are in. Are we in neutral territory or Earth Kingdom territory right now?
Looks like former air.
Looks like an Air Nation.
No, Whaletail Island, as I said, was a melting pot.
Yeah, well,
Okay, it was formerly neutral territory, but very Earth Kingdom focused.
It won't be for much longer.
No, it won't.
We gotta keep moving.
Going
Han.
Yeah, so
Dan, 1 or 2?
2.
Over to Han. This boss of ours, do you have the ability to charter another ship somewhere on the eastern side of this island that will get us to the Earth Kingdom proper?
It shouldn't be a problem. It's mostly just, I mean, there's plenty of ships that come in and out of Whaletail. It's just a matter of finding one willing to deal with unusual cargo.
yeah, I could. Fuck now. I could try to whip something up for getting across, but like, that's too far overseas. It wouldn't be fast. Like, if we needed to get over a small creek or river, I could do that. But like, all the way to
It's
the Earth
so
Kingdom.
toy, so fast. You could make something.
I think I'd rather have a more traditional vessel for getting over the southern seas.
We have to cross the water again. I don't want that.
So
It's going to be a much shorter journey this time.
And after we cross it once, we should hopefully not have to cross it again for a really long time.
So, what were all of you even doing on that boat? I don't remember being aware that there'd be any passengers with my shipment.
You hear an offended grunt from my direction.
I'm just going to look at it as like, money talks when people want to move across the ocean.
Ain't that the truth?
So you do have money.
I mean, you saw me flash a bunch of money to the dock workers.
I was not at the dock. I was doing other shit.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I theoretically have a great deal more, but it's tied up elsewhere. Looking notably at the child who's very interested in money.
Like in a bank?
What?
I mean, should we introduce ourselves? I feel like this is the first calm moment we've had.
Well, I've met Rizik. I don't know if the Gorilla Goat has a name. And also, Gremlin Leader.
I'm
That
not a
was the Russian.
gremlin. You're rude. My
Oh, I
friend's
know.
gonna punish you.
Your friends are like dozens of miles away right now.
That's what you think.
Suddenly, small children jump out from the trees.
The children all undo their transformation jutsu and attack.
That's what your
I have
minion
them-
skill was.
I have them
Summon
in a storage
children.
scroll. They just pop out of nowhere.
Oh God!
I look at Yara just kind of a like, is it okay to tell them names? Like, look,
I just not of Yara. We have reasons for heading east.
Hotaru, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. My boss is eclectic. I wasn't expecting to have quite so much cargo to move, but I appreciate the help, as sudden as it was. afraid I don't have as many helpful bending powers as some of you seem to, but
Ink on Rizik's sleeve, and I'm like, I'm hungry. Is there any food?
There's a lot that people who don't have the ability to bend can do, glancing at Rizik. It's a shame that more people don't recognize that.
And bending's not always a good thing to have.
oh,
I'm going to disagree with both of you there, but fair enough.
I
Rizik
just kind
will
of give you
be-
like, I give you a look.
Rizik will be awkwardly fiddling with dials and things at this point.
Pointing at everything you're touching and asking what it does.
You will be getting very detailed technical explanations.
Fuck yes.
So just so you guys know, the tank train can connect from the cockpit to the cabin to the back in the same way that a subway car is. It's opened, but it's easy enough to get from one compartment to another once you're actually on it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope those people in the town are okay.
There was noticeably silence at that point.
I would have
I'm
liked.
sure the motions won't be happy. Fire Nation always seems to be pushy, but I can't imagine they'd be here for anything more than a trade dispute or something.
Like about the cabbages?
I don't think you know the Fire Nation very well, then.
Trying something like that on neutral territory would be,
An act of war.
well, yes.
I'm going to roll a completely unskilled bluff check for being very bad at this. At not showing emotions here.
Like I said, you don't know the Fire Nation very well.
Do you?
I just get uncomfortably silent and just where's the food stored? I'm hungry.
Yeah! Food, snack time! I start tugging on Rizik. I'm like, let's get food!
I can Rizik, I can get them food if you need to attend to the tank.
I have definitely perked up at the mention of food.
Come on, Nara and Mr. Gorilla Goat. We do need a name for you.
I kind of rummage around in my fur and then pull out kind of a large crumpled piece of paper and hand it to you.
I assume it says your name.
It's a advertisement poster for the Flying Opera Company. My name is probably somewhere on there.
Okay.
I can't read. I just know that people who see this picture tend to say my name.
Yeah, on there you definitely see the name Minghua. The amazing goat gorilla will astonish you, and then there's several other acts listed, but the goat gorilla named Minghua definitely immediately grabs your attention.
Minghua, is that your name?
I nod.
Okay. Nara, Minghua, let's go see what we can do with the food. All right?
Yeah!
Maybe we can put something together.
Circus goat gorilla. What? I'll just come with you guys. Very confused.
So as you guys go into the next cabin over, I'm assuming it's everybody except for Rizik.
I'm also not going. I'm going to be there with Rizik for a bit.
Okay, so everybody else, kindly make me an awareness check.
Okay. What?
So I'm rolling a pair of d4s for this.
Probably.
Can I use insight for the skill?
Yes, you may. You mean quality?
Yeah, for the quality.
I mean, Izzy, unless you would let me use the my personal quality for this, and I'm not sure I would rule it applies here.
Insight as well.
No, it would apply here.
I don't know which quality to use. Creativity, I guess?
Well, I rolled like shit.
Creativity would not be for this one.
Stealth?
I
was saying intuition and stealth.
I'll give you intuition and agility.
Can I pick both?
Hold on a second, wait a minute. No, wait.
I think they're both powers.
Yeah, those are both powers. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I was so used to your intuition and you know what? Yeah, stealth. I'll let you do stealth.
Okay, I've got a 4.
I got a 6.
6.
3. I am focused on
I'm thinking
food.
the middle one, yeah, so 5.
Yep.
5. Okay, so for those of you who have rolled at least a 4.
Everyone except me.
Yeah, so Minghua, you're like over, oh, I smell food. You're like looking over and you like find some fruit like in a storage compartment.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's dried fruit along with a bunch of like military surplus food packets that are disgusting. To the rest of you, you see Minghua go over there and, start rummaging around food, and you're like, this smells bad, throws over shoulder. Oh, fruit. Takes, eats. And you're looking around, like, the rest of this place is kind of dusty and, has a bunch of boxes. And you're noticing as Minghua is eating one of these dried fruits, one of the boxes, a very large box, about the size of Minghua, starts inching closer to Minghua.
I don't think
I
that's
back the fuck up.
Minghua.
One of this looks like one of the shipping boxes, right?
It looks like one of the shipping boxes.
I kind of look back up over my shoulder with a strip of dried fruit hanging out of my mouth and kind of like go, oh, you want some too? And offer you a handful.
I just kind of point at the box.
I'm still food focused enough that I do like a quick look, go, that's not food. This is food. Have some.
As soon as you look over at the box stops moving, and then you go back to the food, the box keeps inching closer to Minghua.
Yeah, this is fine.
Han is gonna walk up and just kind of stand in front of the box.
Box is going to stop moving as soon as you do that.
I'm gonna look under the box.
How many animals are on this string?
I'm assuming it is a completely different thing here, but that is because I don't.
Oh no!
You guys have found BB.
Oh.
There is a sky bison under this box.
Wait, is this like a baby sky bison? That's a huge ass box.
It looks juvenile, or it's relatively smaller than it should be.
I squeal and
I
run
also
up of it.
squeal.
Yeah, it is the same size as Minghua. It should be a lot bigger.
I immediately offer it the handful of fruit.
Oh, it's going to like eat.
It's so beautiful.
I also give it scritches.
Okay, yeah, there was one animal in the shipment that I was made aware of.
Is that a sky bison?
Cute! It's so
Yes.
cute!
Yes,
Aren't they supposed to be extinct?
not quite extinct, just rare. Quite.
I thought those were still relatively common in our time period, outside of people who know information.
I actually don't know, and I will adjust I will retcon appropriately.
Yeah. For those of you who have any sort of history, AG0 was the Airbender genocide, which some of you have probably heard about, but most of you might have not. You know there are a lot less Airbenders, and as a result, a lot less Sky Bison.
Okay.
They are not common. They are more on the rare side. Seeing an Airbender is very unlikely. It's like the equivalent of seeing royalty, but not in, like, the capital.
I've only read about them in books. They're so cute.
I can't do the Appa sound. It's just going to give like a low rumbled vocalization and just kind of like rub its head against whoever's nearest. I think
Like, in its face. I'm, like, all up in it. I turn around, though, and I ask, why? Why do you have him? Is it a boy?
I think this. By the way, this is also going to be said as kind of like Han is very clearly bluffing here.
I would like to insight you then.
So, well, we're not exactly sure. Boss wanted her for something. He's always doing weird things.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Unless you want to take a major twist.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
not on this one.
Yeah, no, that sounds fair. Like, this is the guy who, has apparently ordered a crap ton of, Fire Nation steel, igneous rock, and,
And a circus goat gorilla.
And a circus goat gorilla for some reason.
It's such an odd collection.
Yep. Meanwhile, up in the cabin, you're just going to look at Rizek for a sec, cover up the, talkie tube so no one can ever be like, I really hope that town surrendered, but there's a lot of children aboard. We should let them keep their hope as long as we can.
Yeah.
Do you need any food?
I'll join everyone in bed.
Yep, you walk into the back end, Sky Bison.
Huh. But time to roll an absolutely terrible bluff check.
Mister, look how fluffy!
Huh.
That is a terrible bluff check.
You just make it a, under the breath of, I'm glad they're still around.
Going to snort out its nostrils, and you're going to feel a semi-forceful gust of wind hit you.
I'm not even going to contest that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going to, kind of, put itself behind, Han and, Nara as you enter. Which is hard to do because, it's so big.
Han's just gonna kind of reach back and give it some scritches.
Gonna bring some food to Rizek. He's probably not going to eat while he's driving otherwise.
Also, I will note that Han very specifically did not answer Nara's question about the gender.
Yeah.
I continue to think it's a boy.
Okay.
We'll find out if you're correct later.
So you guys are just going to be traveling for a bit. Is there anything you guys want to do or any place you want to stop while you were on this tank train? Because getting from one side of this island to another, it's probably going to take a couple of hours.
Well, I will probably... It's not a big island, and this is very fast.
Yeah.
Maybe pick up more food, otherwise no. The goal is to get into the Earth Kingdom proper.
Okay.
Yeah. I will probably stop and be shocked to see the flying bison as well.
Okay. Yeah, no,
the thing of, I also thought all these were dead.
And Han is definitely taking note of that. But in character, we'll give the same hurried explanation about it being part of the order.
Because your boss is eccentric as fuck.
Because your boss is eccentric
It
as
is
fuck.
definitely a boss and not Han himself.
Look, I'm not going to ask questions about your background as long as you keep not asking questions about my background.
I feel like that's the unspoken agreement right now.
Yep.
Just am happy to see. I'm just happy to see a flying bison that is alive.
Yep. I'm definitely going to go to third car where the scrolls are and mostly not make the bison more mad.
Okay. Well, you're the first person to go into the third car. Nick, I need an awareness check.
Can I roll deduction instead to see if anything's out of place?
Yes. Did anybody in this party take awareness?
I did.
Okay, good.
Nope.
I did.
Okay, good.
Look, sometimes we all have the same
wait,
weakness.
Shit, I didn't take it. I thought I did. Never mind, I didn't.
I took it last time, and I was just like, I don't feel like taking that roll this time.
6.
Okay, I'll give you this one. So, Nick, as you go in there, there were a lot of parts and whatnot, like kind of stored in. This back cabin has like a shelving unit on the far back wall. The sides can slot open so you can peer through, same as the previous one. But what you're noticing is there's this one oddly shaped table kind of in the center of this cabin, which is where a bunch of boxes are. That's welded to the floor. That's it.
I can go look over the table to see if I can figure out what it is that Rizek did that made this table important, and then otherwise organize this thing, because this is terribly organized. My God.
You have no idea what Rizek did, but the table, it's about 4 feet high, about 6 feet wide. On the sides, it's got like 2, I guess, little stands that are about a foot higher than the top of the table, and then it has this flat metal sheet along the entire back that goes up like another 10 feet.
This is going to be filed into the Ask Rizek what the hell this thing is, because a 4-foot tall table is weird, but otherwise I'm organizing this back room.
Yep, sure. Or, like, you can move everything, even the shelves in the back, like, they're bolted down, but, like, it's full of boxes of spare parts, and eventually you find your scrolls. But, like, this is all just tools for the tank train. The one thing that, again, looks out of place is just in the dead center of this thing, there is this weird-shaped table that is literally... It's not bolted, it is welded. It was made as part of the, like, forging process for this thing.
And again, that's going to be a question for Rizek, but until then, Yara's honestly just organizing this entire room. Taking a corner for herself, but organizing this entire goddamn room.
Mm-hmm.
I have sent you a message on making sure I know what that table is.
Sean, agree with me on this next bit.
Okay, sure.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just gonna stuff that away for later. But yeah.
So, after several hours of now this thing is meticulously organized, Rizek, what is that table?
What table?
The table in the third car that is welded into it and difficult because of where everything else needs to be organized in that room.
Into this room.
Yeah, you all go back in there, and all of you can make me an insight or deduction thing if Yira is pointing this out. It's hard to miss now that the area is clear. It's just kind of standing there.
The area is impeccably clean and organized after several hours of this happening.
Would I want to be using technology or my special skill?
I'll allow you to pick.
I'm not even going to bother
I'll take
rolling.
technology because that's better, and yeah, Principle of the Gearhead on this.
Principle of the Gearhead, sure.
I guess I got a 4. That's mid-die.
Yeah, so all of you, like...
Oh, I could also be using Principle of Discovery instead if you want.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah. Okay, so...
I already used Gearhead. We can say this one was Discovery.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't give you an extra hero point, because it's 1 per character.
Yeah.
Rizek, so as you go back there, like during one of your little stops, just so everybody can stretch their legs, you look back there and you're like, huh, this is a weirdly shaped table. You didn't notice it because of all the boxes piled back there. You have no idea what this is for, but you do find a a lever on the side of the thing.
Okay, at a point when everyone... At every point when we have come to a complete stop and everyone else is doing other things, I will pull the lever and try to figure out what's going on here.
Okay, so like the 10-foot
Close
tall back
Am I to
up.
the level? How close am I to it?
I'll say you're probably hiding in the background as Rizik is there inspecting this lever.
Yeah, I like him. I don't want to piss him off just yet.
So you're gonna pull it, and it's on the right side of the table by one of the weirdly shaped higher shelves. And as you rotate this thing counterclockwise, the 10-foot tall kind of wall that's at the back end of the table almost goes flat. It's at like a 45-degree angle, and the front of the table opens up like it reveals a hidden compartment.
What is inside?
Nothing. More gears and stuff.
Okay.
Actually, Nara, you can make me another deduction check since you're watching him do this.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so what is this and why is it designed this way?
Intuition.
I'm looking. This is shiny and weird, but I'm too dumb to figure this out.
Rizik's getting an eyebrow raised called "I thought you built this."
I built... You are going to get mouthed of... There was an entire team working on this.
Okay, no, understandable.
Okay, Nara, I'm going to give you a part of it. Anybody else, Yira and Hotaru, you guys can also make checks again using your max die because of your backgrounds.
Max die.
For deduction.
Because of your backstory. Yeah, deduction.
Yeah, how much sense does this section of gears and things make?
I mean, it definitely makes that front panel open up and then go flat with the rest of the table.
Izzy, how fast did you say we recovered from health? From damage?
It's like this period that you guys are taking now would be a period where you can recover HP.
So if I take a damage, I'd basically recover it?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
much
got
better.
an 8. I'm okay with an 8.
I got a 10 now.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so Nara, what you got is you looked at this and you're like, huh. You know, it kind of looks like a very funny shaped table, or it looks like a really big chair. To Yira and Hotaru, Fire Nation is advanced enough to afford some, luxuries for upper nobility and whatnot. You guys have seen what a recliner is.
Ah,
A recliner?
it's a chair.
A 12-foot tall recliner.
It's an ostentatious chair. You're just gonna go sit on
Yeah,
it to
but why
show
was a
how you're
gearbox-
supposed to sit on this.
But why was this built back here with a gearbox?
Because it's
Presumably because whoever was supposed to command it wanted to be able to relax.
That said, if any of you sat on this thing, your feet would be dangling and you don't even go halfway.
Even mine.
It is big for you, yes.
Yup, it is.
Like,
Does Boss have a recliner?
this is built
You know
into
what?
the train.
It is built into the train. Absolutely, Han. You would totally have one that would have a massaging feature.
Why the hell is this in a tank?
Why
Why is it this large?
Why is it this large? Why is it here? Why is it built this complicated when you could have just got a regular piece of furniture and stuck it in? Why is this something that was built when this was...
Well, the entire thing is also metal, by the way. Like, it's not cushioned. It would be very uncomfortable for anybody to sit on it, which is why you initially mistook it for a very large table with just weird shelving on the sides.
When you're working on a... Why would you put this on a proof of concept?
How tall would someone have to be to actually make this a workable chair if it was cushioned?
If it was cushioned, for someone to be
Like,
able to like the lever that you had to move Sean, it kind of like pops out, but once it popped out of the side, it was probably about the size of your leg. Like,
Yeah, and under the chair, like how tall is the back of the chair and the seat?
the back of the chair is about 12 feet off the ground.
How long
And he
is
said
it?
that the seat is about 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
So if a person's knee is at the 4-foot height,
Yeah, so whoever...
Yeah, so this is like a 20-foot tall person or something?
At least. At least.
Rizik, I think we need to know more about the construction of this once we have time to look into it, probably during the next ocean voyage.
Yeah.
How'd you guys get this weird train?
I think I'm going to roll something and decide how poorly the explanation I give.
Han, how do you know what a train is?
I would you know, I'm just gonna say, Izzy, I probably have traveled around enough for stuff that I've at least like heard of and seen pictures of trains.
Yes, easily.
Okay.
Given your boss, yes. Kenzie, what are you trying to do with that stealth roll? Because I'm pretty
Assuming trains are Fire Nation
I
only
wrote you what
technology
I'm
at this
trying to
point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there anything else in the other cabin, I guess? While nobody's there? Alright, well, that's boring.
Yeah, my explanation for that would be when you're as influential as my boss, you run into some interesting bits of knowledge here and there.
Just so you know, as all this is happening, you definitely see Nara, like, skadoodle into the other cabin. Not stealthy at all.
Guess I'll go see what she's doing.
Yep, please
Just going
keep
to
an eye
walk
on the
on
small
like
child.
interesting. Marking have a private conversation with Han at some point.
As long as she doesn't bother the bison, it's fine. But, yeah,
Although, correct me if I'm wrong, Izzy, but I was assuming trains are a relatively recent Fire Nation technology.
Relatively, yeah. Like, they haven't been seen yet in the Earth Kingdom, unless Han has a way of traveling far and wide. They would have only really been seen in the Fire Nation proper and some of their, islands in the archipelagos.
Definitely marking that down as have a conversation with Han at some point.
fair enough. But yeah, I will follow Nara back into the other cabin.
Kenzie, you can say that if you want. Oh my god. Okay. Just describe it since Dan's following you back.
So apparently there's like a 3-foot long rotating metal fan thing,
Oh no.
right?
Nara wandered in and found a box of servos.
Yeah, so I put food all over that and then make them spin as fast as they can so that food goes fucking everywhere in this train car.
Nara has invented a juicer.
The part of me that is a mechanical engineer is saying I don't think those actually existed at this point, but I'm suspending disbelief.
There's a
And then
lot of
and then I start feeding it to the sky bison so it likes me more.
there's a lot of questions of what does exist and what doesn't exist at any given point of time, tech-wise.
You know, given that there's a non-zero chance that the rest of this shipment is going to end up at the bottom of the ocean, I'm not going to be too mad about that.
It's most written in the late 1800s, but fair enough.
Don't worry about it.
It's anime schizotech, it's fine.
If you remember correctly, the big tech
This is
difference
for me
between
in real life.
the big tech difference from the start of the 100-Year War to the end of it was that the tanks that they had could flip themselves back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
See,
it's
I think
just
I'm gonna try
I know
some
what the
Aikido.
difference in technology between 1800 and 1900 was.
and it already doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I feed some to the sky bison and I try it myself.
It's very juicy and refreshing. A little messy, but it's where's the fun if there's no mess?
Han seems to have a bit of a 1,000-yard
I am now
stare.
covered in sticky juice, and I run up and hug Han.
Yeah, Han has a bit of a 1,000-yard stare, so I'm offering him some food so he'll feel better.
I want to fuck up Han's clothes by hugging him with sticky juice all over my body.
Can't help myself but giggle a little, and I'm like, okay, Nara, you're a mess. Let's get you cleaned up, okay?
I'm not messy.
So, despite
I literally just pick a chunk of fruit out of your hair and eat it.
Ooh, what kind?
What kind, is he?
Mango.
Yes!
Ooh, you won the bet.
I offer you the next
I
piece
run
of...
up
Yeah,
to Hotaru and grab his hand, and I go, I'm not messy, let's go, let's play, it's fun, do you want some?
Not a him. This character's a girl.
Oh.
so despite the
Calling
mess,
everybody boys, fuck it.
so just despite the mess, Han is really not mad at all that his clothes are kind of messed up. He's actually gonna kind of like start to relax and like unbutton his cuffs, unbutton a couple shirt buttons, and just kind of start to relax a little more. And he seems a lot more at ease than when he was fully buttoned up.
So wait, so you're keeping...
the Sky Bison is going to lick you feet to head where all the sticky juice is on your clothes.
Yes.
Well, that's one way to get a bath.
He'll shrug and give the Sky Bison some scritches.
Yay, scritches.
Love it. This is the best bath ever.
Yara's going to continue avoiding the second car where the Sky Bison lives for the sake of making her less mad.
Fair.
Nick, would I know you have all these scrolls with you?
Yeah, no, like there's a lot of that is in Yara's corner of stuff.
Do you have any blank ones?
Absolutely.
Could I, and I ask this in character, could I have some of those?
The blank ones? Certainly. Here's several scrolls and a brush.
Thank you. And I'm gonna sit and relax in a corner and watch the silliness and start painting.
Aww.
As I also smile a little for the first time.
All right.
I'm still concerned with watching the horizon, keeping track of where we're going and where we're at.
I mean, as you guys watch it, you're noticing, well, you specifically, Yuri, you notice that the smoke pillar, while still present from that area and seem to grow very suddenly, as the farther you travel away, it's just, getting smaller and smaller until it blends into the horizon. Because, as you know, where there's smoke, there's Fire Nation.
And it's a giant question of did they surrender or did they fight, and that's the main concern right now.
Yes, and for anybody here who would think it, I think it's pretty obvious to almost all of you that what you guys are riding in appears to be some kind of Fire Nation tech, because none of the other kingdoms have this level of technology. But there's one glaring difference between this tank train and every other Fire Nation vehicle you guys have seen. There's no smoke.
Ooh.
Huh.
Like, at all.
Hey,
Yep,
Dan.
because it's totally not Fire Nation tech.
Because it's totally not Fire Nation tech. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Definitely
Did you
not.
take your jacket off at all?
Nah, I probably have it on. I just have it kind of like unbuttoned and sort of like disheveled, kind of like end of a long day of work sort of vibe.
Okay. So no smoke, huh?
None whatsoever.
Interesting.
I haven't
Yep.
been on the outside, so I have no
Where,
way of knowing
yeah, like, if we're inside, I haven't been outside either, would I...
If you go from one cabin to another, again, it's like the subway. You look up, you see sky.
Okay.
And, yeah, there are slats, like reinforced slats that you can, like, pull back, and you can see, like, the tree lines or whatnot. They're like makeshift windows for, say, people who wanted to bend and, shoot an element from the inside out, so they are protected.
Where would the like the smoke normally be coming out of? The front car?
Front car.
I go back to the front car.
It's just the cockpit.
Do I know where the smoke normally
You
clearly
would
they would be powering it?
you would have no idea. This is so far out of your wheelhouse.
Okay.
At this point, I've probably just curled up in the corner with Beanie and am grooming her while she takes a nap.
Aww.
That is the most adorableness of things. So I'm going to ask, is there anything else you guys would like to do while you are in transit? Otherwise, you are going to make your way to the east end of Whaletail Island before daybreak the following morning.
I think I'm comfy not pushing more buttons right now.
Fair. Anybody else like to do anything?
Probably when we take, there's going to be some trying to examine a few more of the unknown this train to figure out a little bit more. But
what specific? While it's in motion.
well, it's in motion.
Okay. What specifically do you want to take a look at?
The couple of areas that I'm confused by.
Name.
A question: did you show me how to drive it? Because I'm probably the only other person here who would realize who would be able to learn that without too much problems.
Probably.
Okay.
I was watching pretty carefully. Maybe I could drive it.
Yeah, Nara seemed surprisingly adept at getting this thing to move.
The part of me that is playing a 40-year-old is going, the small child should not be driving the train.
Yeah, I think we can be mostly in agreement there. Yes, the small child was able to do it very well, and a few other things, but the small child probably has gotten involved in more than a small child should be involved in right now.
You could be teaching me. I'm like
I didn't even reach the
I
pedals.
barely understand how to drive this, but I will be driving it when Rezik needs a break.
If you were a little bit older, maybe I would start teaching you how to drive the tank train, but
You don't know how old I am.
You are a small child, therefore...
You don't know.
Nara,
I'm
how old are
assuming you are a small child.
That's a bad assumption.
Nara, how old are you?
I was told not to tell strangers.
Mhm. Do you want to toot the horn while I drive the train?
Yes.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure the horn is going to end up getting broken just from you like swinging around on the little pull cord that makes the horn go.
I guess that leaves me in the cabin with Han then, right?
Yeah.
I think this is the
Han
thing
and
of...
the animals.
Yeah, Han and the animals.
Yeah, Rizik and Yara take turns driving the train. I want to have a conversation with Han in private, but that might come later.
I mean, I'll do one now if you're up for it, Dan.
Sure.
Yeah. So, be honest. Why does your boss want all this Fire Nation stuff?
Quite frankly, I don't know the technical details. All I know is that he has a very large construction project planned. I believe it's some kind of wall.
I don't think that's going to end well if it needs to use their technology.
I mean, some of the materials seem to be possibly Fire Nation, but it really depends on how it's all used.
I'm just saying there's always a price with that.
I mean, look, whatever it is, it's above board. It's got the approval of the Earth Nation capital, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
What's Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's the Earth Nation capital like? Have you been there?
Oh, it's great. It's this huge, sprawling city. There's so much activity. It's all just bustling. It's great.
I've read about it. It sounds amazing. Is it true there's a giant wall that surrounds the city?
Actually, I don't think that's been made
Oh,
at this point.
Does that not exist? Oh, I thought that. I'm sorry.
That does not exist yet.
That does not exist yet. There's an implication being made.
I see. Yeah, I get it.
No, it's a magnificent city. I've been a lot of places, but there's something to be said for the big Earth Nation cities.
Where have you been? I've only lived one place my whole life up until recently.
Oh man, all over the Earth Kingdom. Been to Whaletail Island, tons of times. You'll kind of see Han's face sort of like light up, sort of like a little kid. A couple trips to the Air Nation. 2 trips to at least to the Northern Water Tribe. There's not really a whole lot down south.
I'm a little jealous. I wish I could have seen all those places, but my father would never let me leave the village. Said it was too dangerous.
What village are you from?
You probably never heard of it.
I know a lot of places.
Hey, you want to look at my drawing?
Sure.
I scoot over and show you what I've been painting, which is a picture of the animals and Nara playing together.
So is it well executed, or is this Sokka style?
Oh no, it's actually quite well executed.
I had to ask.
Is there like any kind of distinctive style that I would recognize as belonging to a certain region or anything like that? I can roll history for it if it matters.
I would like you to roll your background quality, Wex, and Dan, I would like you to roll an insight check.
That's
My question and off topic.
Only a 3.
Okay, hold on. I gotta. Sorry. Pull it up the tab. I don't know. What should I just do? Untrained power, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. A 4.
Aw, you have narrowly beaten my 3.
It looks like a semi-original style with some aspects taken from, like, the historical Fire Nation scholars, but there's definitely a lot of Earth Kingdom influence. It looks like Hotaru has had a lot of education in the arts.
Oh, this is really good. Very unusual style, too. Very nice.
Thanks. I had a lot of practice. It's what I like to do in my free time when I was just kind of wandering around, you know?
But you said you had to get stuck up in your village.
Yeah, it was, but like, you know, wandering the forests around the village.
Oh, okay. Well, that at least somewhat narrows down where the village could have been.
Yeah.
So, what brought you to your friends with what looks like a Fire Nation vehicle?
Well, I was in a lot of trouble, and they helped me out. And they're keeping me safe now.
Safe from the Fire Nation?
There's some people who might want to hurt me. Or worse, use me.
File that away for later. Well, whatever you're running from, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. It's worth it.
Yeah. I think I'd like to. I haven't smelled a flower in a while. I hope there's some beautiful things that grow at the capital. I can't wait to see the architecture there.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
You'll have to show me around then. Sounds like you know what you're doing.
I do fancy myself a bit of a tour guide.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Nope.
Hey Dan, should we have the beginning of our awkward conversations this session or leave it to next session?
Depends. I think maybe leave it for a good catalyst.
I think the biggest question is how long before this child wears down or gets Rizik when he's sleep deprived enough that he starts teaching her how to pilot the train.
Hell yeah.
Well, again, it's only going to take you guys like 1 day to get to the other end of the island.
Yeah, but there's going to be, I'm pretty sure, a lot more times in this train. I'm pretty sure our goal of finding us a safe home for this small child and getting her back to her relatives is not going to be happening next session.
Absolutely not.
Whatever.
You
we have to say.
see, you are playing a character who's still optimistic enough to assume she has relatives left.
Like,
Okay, so
I'm hoping.
I do have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Also, yeah, Dan, I think our conversation should happen on the boat when we're traveling from the next dock to the Earth Kingdom.
Sounds good. And the first something will go wrong between now and then.
Nothing possibly will go wrong when we try and charter a boat.
Well, that's going to lead me to the next question. As the following day approaches, you see the eastern end of Whaletail Island. And I'll tell you guys this much. If you go in and ask for a boat to be chartered, they're going to say they aren't expecting any. Normally people come from the Earth Kingdom proper, or they circumnavigate the island from the western end and make this port before heading to the Earth Kingdom. But they're not expecting any ships for a day or two. Are you guys going to stay in town, or are you guys going to stay hidden in the forested area outside by the outskirts?
I'm going to look very pointedly at Han and say, are there any other ports that might have ships? Because glancing westward briefly,
I assume
I'm not sure we have a few days to wait.
Yeah, I assume the answer is just the one we left and the one we're at.
Yeah, this isn't a gigantic island. These are the two main port towns.
Are there any boats on this town?
Probably not big enough to handle what we need to transport.
Yeah, there's nothing that can... You guys have like maybe a couple of small fishing boats, but nothing that could get the tank train, all the stuff that you guys have bought. There's nothing that could fit your friendly neighborhood Minghua and any number of you.
I'm going to point out a fishing boat will not be able to make that trip even for normal people.
Yeah, a small that's a pretty sizable divide from this island to the landmass.
Would you say it's even a great divide?
Nobody likes that.
Lose 50 experience.
Arguably the worst episode of the show, but I digress.
Not arguably, confirmed.
So, again, this is... Yara's going to be grabbing Rizik and Han to say, we need to find a solution to this boat problem fast.
We should probably hide in the outskirts for now. Then
I'm grabbing the adults for this conversation first.
I've wandered over to join you all.
The unfortunate
With some
problem is that-
assistance, can try to design something to help, but like, it wouldn't be fast moving. Like,
are you counting me as an adult?
I am not counting you as an adult in this case.
The problem that we run
I'm hanging out with
into-
Hotaru.
That's fair.
So the problem we run into is that if
Can
no
you
one
braid my
stays
hair?
in town, we won't be able to see.
I can
We
try,
won't be able
sure.
to.
Yeah.
We won't be able to be made aware if any boats suddenly become available.
I will braid your hair, Kenzie.
Hell yeah.
Given the smoke I saw as we were leaving the previous town, I don't think boats are going to become available.
we need to figure out a way we either need to wait and hope for a boat or figure out a way to acquire one else in a different manner, because I don't think we're
Rizik,
going to be able to.
If we go to the southeast, it'll be over the mountains according to the last maps I saw, but there's a peninsula there that leads to a small archipelago. Do you think that even if we don't have a boat, you might be able to make us able to jump from island to island over there?
Izzy, how likely do I think that would be doable of going through this chain of islands, basically fording across from each one?
I will point out we are aiming to reach number 5 on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so here's the...
1 minute. My proposal, let me just draw freehand, is dupe, 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 maybe go this way, maybe go this way.
Well, do either of these places have their own ports that we think we'd be able to hit? The problem I see with going this way is this takes us the direction we ran away from.
Also,
I
a
thought
lot
we
of
ran
trips going
from
down.
west to east.
Yeah, you ran from,
Yeah.
like, 55.
Oh, really? I thought we
Yeah, no,
ran.
we're heading east.
I thought we ran from like the south side of this island to the north side of this island.
No.
No, you
My bad.
58 is the location where you guys have been, is Whaletail Island. You guys came out of Fire Nation proper.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay, where did we start in Whaletail Island, and where are we in Whaletail Island currently?
Well, it's 58, right?
Yeah, Whaletail Island is 58. So you started on the west end, and you're now on the east end.
Okay,
Yeah, it makes
Thank
the most
you.
sense to just charter to get a ship as quickly as possible to like 25 and then go from there.
yeah.
The problem is, like, along that purple path I drew, and this is to Han, where is a port we could charter a ship to bring?
Number 5 is actually the safest location. That's Omashu.
Yeah, like if we can get to 5, like that's the goal, is to get to 5. Now, if we can't charter a ship to get us all the way there, we can maybe charter a ship to get to,
Oh,
like the
Yeah, I would actually probably be
assuming
more
basically
comfortable.
that- like, I'm assuming this strait is the problem for us chartering a ship. Like, I'm basically assuming we have a hard time getting from the tail end of this island to 25 or 5.
Yeah, like, I would say probably getting from the tail end of this island to 25 is probably preferred over getting from the tail end of this island to 5, just because I don't think we want to be fighting Fire Nation on open waters.
Yeah,
But-
we're on open water for a lot less time if we do it that way.
But the big question to Han is, where is a port that you think we would be able to get a ship that goes to 25 from along that purple route?
Is there anywhere that would work for that, Izzy?
There, again, like, around this area, it's people who, like, this chain that you're in, Whaletail Island, is the most populated. So, let's see, yeah. So the problem is Whaletail Island is the northeasternmost end of this singular archipelago, which is technically Air Nation. And the reason it's Air Nation is because it has the Southern Air Temple on it, which I believe is number 2. Yeah, number 2. But the rest of it is mountainous. It's really uninhabitable outside of Whaletail Island. Now, the lower archipelago, which is mostly brown, is technically Earth Kingdom. You'll see a couple more, like, seafaring villages, but unlike Whaletail Island, which has been known as a harbor and a port as an entire island, this would be like very small fishing villages that just happen to like see some people from the Southern Mortar tribe and some people from the Earth Kingdom, but they're not like port cities.
At the port we've gone to, what is the expected wait time for a ship?
Day or two.
problem is, I bet that ship
is
is
the
coming-
the prob sorry.
I'd say the problem is I betting that ship is coming from number 58.
Side note, guys, we got to wrap up soon.
Yeah, that's why I'm...
Yep.
Okay.
This is why I'm doing this talk now, is... In character, and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm assuming we are on the east end, and ships are coming from 58 to here, stopping by, and then going to 25, 5, or 22. Is that correct?
I mean, you don't know where... you're saying shipping ships or Fire Nation ships?
Ships that we could load the train on.
Yeah, if any ships that would be coming here would either be going to a major port or would be going down south. Or possibly going to the Fire Nation to pick up supplies and stuff. But, like, it would be on Whaletail Island would be the major things that can do, like, long sea voyages.
So what I'm hearing is we either are going to have to take a Fire Nation ship or find a way to make the train able to cross large bodies of water.
I just said you can find a ship that can
we
take
can get
you.
a ship within a couple of days.
I'm assuming the Fire Nation would be chasing those ships and taking them.
That is an assumption. That is definitely an assumption. That's not something I have said in Game World yet. But you guys will find out more about that next week. And as of right now, before we sign off, as of last time, same as before, question! What did you learn? What do you want to know more about? And where do you think this is going? Also, you guys have 2 hero points to spend.
Didn't we get 3?
You used yours twice, but that only counts as 1 hero point.
Yeah, but I thought we got both Nick and Wex.
Oh, that's right. Wex did use
I
one.
don't think Wex did one.
Yes, I did.
He used great powers.
Oh, we consider. Yep.
I used both of mine, actually.
All right, so please respond. These are the same questions. Should be very familiar to all you guys. What did you learn? What do you want to know more about? And where do you think this is going? I hope you all had a good time for session 0. I think you guys are off to a very interesting start. Completely avoided the thing I thought you were going to do, but that's okay. And as they fly in, we will just, Nick, Euro, what did you learn?
We found an intelligent goat gorilla. That is a very interesting development that Yara's going to be much more interested in once we hit the Earth Kingdom proper.
Okay, what do you want to know more about?
How to get to the Earth Kingdom proper.
And where do you think this is going?
We're in a giant chase scene.
Okay. Nara, same questions. What did you learn?
Trains are cool and take me new places.
What do you want to know more about?
Han's mysterious boss.
And where do you think this is going?
Somewhere new.
Cool. Rizik, same questions. What did you learn?
That there's a living flying bison.
What do you want to know more about?
What is with the 3rd car of the tank train?
That is a fair question. And where do you think this is going?
With us stealing a Fire Nation boat.
Okay. Hotaru, what did you learn?
Mara is most likely going to get us caught at some point, or at least get us in a lot of trouble.
What do you want to know more about?
Han's entire story.
Where do you think this is going?
Into a fight with the Fire Nation.
Fair. Minghua, what did you learn?
Han understands the order of the world.
What do you want to know more about?
Yes.
Where do you think this is going?
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacks the east side of the island.
But they attacked the west side of the island. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Han, what did you learn?
Han can absolutely solve problems with money. Also, these people are way more paranoid about the Fire Nation than I am, which is actually super funny.
What do you want to know more about?
What the fuck is this motley crew of 3 doing, being horribly unsneaky and making off with a Fire Nation tank train thing?
And where do you think this is going?
I think we're going to need to find a Han type willing to ferry passengers and cargo with no questions asked, and probably get chased by the Fire Nation.
I mean, to be fair, you had the perfect... I'm going to applaud you guys. I'm actually shocked you didn't just leave the shit on the dude's boat and just have him continue around the other side of the island.
That would have been smart.
That would have been smarter than what we did.
We had very little time to work with.
You had him literally unpack everything from the ship and lash it to a tank train.
No, hold on.
We thought that ship was doomed.
He told us he was already unpacking things from the train.
Unpacking, not unpacked.
He did not understand where that was, and to be
Yeah,
fair,
also,
I'm not sure my character would have cared.
We basically put the shit that was already unpacked on the train. I'm sure a lot of them are still on the boat.
Yeah. He's moving the rest to Omashu, which is where you guys want to go.
Yep.
Yeah, look, we did not think things through, okay? We saw Fire Nation ship and we panicked.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenzie was already driving.
We have the single dumbest path we can take to Omachu charted out on the map now.
Also, again,
Charted out the path.
Kenzie was already driving the tank out of the boat.
Also, that's not the single dumbest. There are far more stops we could add to that.
It's true. You could go through the
Wait.
northern...
I did not drive it out of the boat. I started it in
That's
the
true.
boat.
We could go from the South Pole to the North Pole, which doesn't make sense on this map, but whatever.
We can
No,
also
the
go to
dumbest
literal
path would be to
Fire
go
Nation.
through the Fire Nation.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
here's the thing.
I mean, you guys
But
get captured. That's happening.
would they ever expect it?
They don't need to.
Fair.
They have fucking eyeballs.
I may have made some of your enemies a little too competent. Oh my god.
Look, we'll figure out a way of going forward. We panicked and might have forgotten that we were on an island, which would stop one on our journey, not final destination on our journey.
This
Okay?
in fact was my problem. I forgot that we were on an island that was stop one. There's an ocean between us and the Earth Kingdom.
Yeah, also, Izzy, you had a party filled with a bunch of Fire Nation rejects, a literal child, 2 animals, and a business-to-business salesman. What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. Not this. This is impressive for a session 0, guys.
We fucked up.
Well, we fucked up, but we'll find our way over to 25, or 29, or 61.
I'm actually looking forward to when you guys get to 25, if you go that route.
I don't know. I feel like we're gonna take part of the stupid dumb route and wind up on the Eastern Earth Nation somehow when our first number is 29.
Oh,
It makes sense to do that.
What?
Why would we not just go to 25 and drive the fucking tank to Omashu?
Yeah, like, get to 25 and drive the fucking tank to Amashu is what I consider plan number 1 at the moment.
Like,
My
we
problem
apparently
is
have a
considering-
Tesla in the Avatar universe, so why are we not just gonna drive it there?
I'm considering we have to cross the ocean, so I was like, what's the shortest ocean jumps that, like, maybe Rizzik can patch this tank to be able to pull off? And
Like, I feel like if we needed to ford a river, Rizzik could do what was needed in order to get this across a river.
you're not hydroplaning a tank train across open ocean! You're not doing
The
it!
ocean, though, is a little bit more of a problem.
right, and that's why there's this thing through the island where he builds it, that there's a small jump to another island and a small jump to another island.
If you guys had a waterbender, I might let that part fly.
Not our
Is
fault.
it our fault we don't have a waterbender?
You need to bother the waterbender if you want him to play.
Yeah.
That's on you guys now. He said he's busy, so...
I mean, to be fair, I was
Waterbender.
considering a waterbender until I saw the bear option and went, ooh.
That's why.
What
That's
about
why.
a waterbending bear?
That's why.
I feel like the real option is we're going to go assault a Fire Nation ship and steal it.
You already stole a tank. What's another vehicle?
Look, okay, so if we build a ramp,
Days for a boat. This is
If we-
complicated.
if we build a really large ramp with earthbending,
Oh, I'm not an adult. I don't get to have the same conversation.
Are you guys really going to Inception vehicles at this point? You have a sky
Yeah,
bison
Surprised.
in a tank train, and you're gonna put it in another boat. In another boat.
We have no reason to assume we can't just get a boat in a couple of days.
yes, let's
So,
try
Dan, I've
aim
never
for
been
getting a
used to
boat.
that. I assume the Fire Nation burned down 58.
Fuck whatever
make
options
any
are in front of us.
fucking
Pick the dumb plan.
Look, we're hoping for boat in a couple of days. We aim for boat in a couple of days. If we realize boat in a couple of days doesn't work,
I'm
It's
assuming
steel.
worst case scenario, and the boat that shows up in a couple of days is another Fire Nation warboat that we have to take.
Sean, do you have a telescope? I'm assuming. You
Anyway, folks.
I'm
I got-
assuming I do.
I gotta head off, but I will see you all next week.
Yep. Later, Lord. I'm just
Later.
gonna end this game with you guys looking out over the ocean, and you see Commodore Flintfinger, like off in the distance, 2 giant birds in the air that are on fire. And that's the image I want you all to go to sleep with as you think about what's going on next week.
If he shows up with his boat, that is the best plan. But I'm assuming that's going to...
You told him to go to Omashu directly! You literally told him to go to Omashu directly!
Izzy! You should have given me some direction. I was just trying to get them fucking out of here. It was very unclear how much shit was on the boat versus what we could put back.
Or how long
But you know what, Dan? Here's the thing. I want you to take this, confusion and anger. I'm like, crap, this was a not-good plan, because this is how much information your boss gives you on a day-to-day basis. And if he didn't, and if he didn't pay you as well as he did, you'd probably go find another boss.
No, in character, this makes perfect fucking sense, because I normally have to deal with bullshit like this every day.
Alright.
This is not that weird for Han.
You did not say how long it was till the Fire Nation ship was there. Also, I did not want the Fire Nation ship to get there.
Fair.
Yep.
Alright, well, say goodnight to the recording, everybody.
Good night, recording.
Good night, recording.
We sure are an RPG party, everyone.
If this was just me and I wasn't starting an RPG campaign with people, I would just have hired the boat to take me to Omashu with shit on it. So why didn't we just do that? Why the fuck did my boss make me come out to Whaletail Island in the first place when we just sent it to fucking
Omashu? There's supposed to be 3 ships that you were supposed to check over before you sent them off.
You could have mentioned that.
We only saw 2 ships.
You only saw 2 ships.
And you only told me there was one.
The captain's... Oh, that's right. He didn't say that to you. He said that to the other group.
No, he didn't.
That's on me.
I also love that the quotes posted, so far are the 1 line from during game and 2 lines from post-session about Izzy criticizing our idiocy.
I mean, it's a good start to a game, in my opinion.
No, it's a great start.
You say, to be fair, how to move tank across ocean is not something my character ever prepared to have to know. The answer was loaded on a boat and send the boat across an ocean.
I love that there's a tank. That's good find. Good find. This is the quality of this game, and I love every second of it.
Glad you're
It will
entertained.
be a very interesting game.
Yes, it will.
Also, Kenzie, your hair is now braided very beautifully.
Oh, thank you. Bonding.
Sean, I'm very sorry if our stupid actions result in your signature vehicle getting blown up and we have to get a new one.
If my signature vehicle gets blown up, there's a lot of problem.
Guys, it's fine. We'll still have my signature vehicle.
Technically, my signature vehicle getting blown up is better than it getting taken by the Fire Nation. But there, as noticed from the thing of... Sorry, go.
I don't want my signature vehicle to blow up whatsoever.
Unfortunately, my signature vehicle can only carry me, so...
Are you
Yeah,
claiming
signature
my signature
vehicle
vehicle as your signature vehicle, Kenzie, or do you have a signature vehicle as well?
Yeah.
Sean, you were there when we made her character.
She could have made changes.
No comments. No comments. Surprises.
And I'm pretty sure your signature vehicle would refuse to carry me.
I don't need no signature vehicle. I surf on a rock.
Dan, I will say your signature vehicle can probably carry 2 others.
Okay, fair enough. Also, I can't believe I got away with my bullshit.
Look, you didn't question our bullshit. We have not questioned your bullshit.
I've questioned your bullshit more than you've questioned the Sky Bison.
Dan, that's
Sky
literally the
Bison.
conversation you and me are gonna have next session.
Look, I'm just happy Sky Bisons are alive.
I'm
I
just happy
questioned
that
the Sky Bison. I want to know about the goddamn bison.
I mean,
no, the Sky Bison was just part of the shipment.
Oh no, I'm gonna get more answers than that. Don't worry.
Oh my
Dan,
God.
you didn't push me when I obviously changed the subject. I'm good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Dan, I think next session is going to be the two of us pushing each other and maybe being mad, maybe not being mad.
We're definitely going to have an argument about the practicality of stealing a fire nation versus just waiting for a fucking boat.
You see, as I said, we're going to have a conversation where I expect the first boat that shows up will be a Fire Nation warship.
I'm going to be like, no, that's nuts.
And I thought I was paranoid.
I thought I was paranoid.
Know
Okay,
what I
Wex,
am.
you actually know what my character's rank was before this started.
Yeah, I do.
Boom.
I hope I'm living up to expectations, Izzy.
Everybody's living up to expectations. I also need to figure out what the hell's going on with tokens, but that is a thing for later.
I'm playing a muted character this time.
Yeah, Dad, you thought